Last night, Emily, Jason, and I all attended a really fun Seder.
How'd that go? Yeah.
There was a lot of big personalities. Have you ever been in a room where I'm the quiet one?
I haven't had a big Jewish scream along.
We call it collaborative conversation.
Yes.
No one ever finishes sentences. Someone else will finish the sentence for you.
Yeah, that's
and it's always overlapping.
Are much the same.
I told Emily I felt I needed subtitles. I totally need subtitles for this.
I didn't expect my uncle to show up. That was a big surprise.
Yeah, that was
really cool. I don't know what that Bitcoin thing was about.
Oh, I made a meme joke about what blockchain is. I know what blockchain is, but the meme version of it is you pretend that math can't be done in order to mimic the blockchain. I'm not going to explain it on this podcast.
You don't need to.
You have the Googles.
And it's still nonsense and definitely is destroying the planet, though.
You sang very well last night, Cameron. Really
thanks. I have a degree. And I'm actually pretty proud of what I've planned for today. So let's get into it.
Oh, I thought we were in a safe area.
We're in the semi. We left the safe area and went to the semi-safe area.
Relative.
Oh god. Went to the semi-safe area.
I will need to duck out just for a second because my dice are over there because I used this for my Seder plate last night. So, but anyway.
You don't need them, it's fine. Just go with whatever the lowest amount of damage is.
Just do D&D Beyond, but knowing us,
I could do that.
It would roll well for you.
Right.
Welcome, friends, to the Bone Era. Last time on Welcome to the Bone Era, you all were in the house, the place, Lorella's house, or your house in the other dimension. You discovered that your horses had become sort of part of the forest because they ran out of things to eat and needed to eat the moss of the forest and became half painted horses. Lorella was there. She seemed fine. Painted a bunch more things for your house and stuff.
And a picture of us.
You found a picture of you. You spent a night in the house. Everything went seemingly fine. Except Rosera did show up to say, "Yo, sup, Win, where you been?"
That was spooky.
We're deliberating whether to break your amendment.
Yeah, we gotta find a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yes, the devils are working hard to break that.
Out-lawyer us.
Lawyer us.
In the morning, you had some breakfast. So you then used plane shift to go close to Marshtown, deciding to go there because of... Yes. And you landed somewhere near Marshtown, in the marsh, the bog around, the endless bog around the town, the city. And you began walking through. You fought some corpse flowers and some rot trolls.
Ugh. Those are all gross. Gross.
And then you found some elvish markings on trees that Shar was able to recognize. And it sort of half guided you on a pathway through the woods and marsh to get to the city itself. The city itself super masqueraded amongst the forest and bog. And you were like sort of half attacked, like a warning shot, before Nigel came out and said, "Stop firing at them." And he greeted you, completely like mudded up and wearing camouflage. And the gates to Marshtown opened on this evening, relatively late. It's like 8 o'clock probably. And they opened up, and you saw before you these wooden pathways that wind above and below one another throughout this town, and far beyond you can see the pond with fairy lights lit up all around it. Nigel leads you through the city.
Who is a human, by the way.
Who is a human.
Same as Kieran.
Hey, you know Kieran is also human, Jason? Did you know that?
I know this now.
I know I have a little personality and...
As we discovered, Jason just thinks everyone's a gnome.
I also
I think that's a racism thing from Nala.
I like the little people.
Joseph and not Joseph, they also are human.
They are human beings.
Oh my god.
Crazy to imagine.
I like my gnomes. I don't know what to say.
I will continue to see Nigel as that black cat having an existential crisis. Whose name was also Nigel. I was like, that's it. That's Nigel in our game. Just a little cat always having an existential crisis with no words to be able to describe what is actually happening.
Well, this Nigel guides you through the city. You follow a path that sort of goes to the left and around the eastern side of the city, because you enter the north gate. And you head down that way through the different districts towards the pond district. So a few people have been here. Wynn has been here. Shar has been here. And actually, Lilia, I just reread your backstory, and you have also been here for quite some time.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't quite sure last session, so I was like, nah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not like
so
Lilia
you
has
were
a great
here as
memory
well.
for things.
Yeah. But you were, like, pretty young at the time. I mean, not that many years ago, but you have been here as well, and the memories flood back. It is a peaceful sort of city. You do see this is a much more bustling city than Arcala is at the moment, because it is not taken over by people forcing you to do only specific work. There are lots of different work things going here, and you do pass by, like, a pub or two. And Nigel starts sort of giving you the grand tour, because as you pass through the north, you go sort of down below the city, and he says, well, this is, in case you haven't been here, these are the dual markets up top. The top upper market has trade goods like clothing and tools and blacksmiths and stuff. And then this is the lower market. I'm a big fan of the lower market. Pubs, entertainment, and he like points at like a pub that's some music's playing, and you hear the sort of comical da 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 as you pass by, as it fades in and out. But people are having fun in this city, regardless the end of the world.
Yeah, it's great when it's not all fire and rubble.
And he points at like a little theater where people are coming out of a show. And there are other vice-focused places of business, is what I wrote in my notes. There are restaurants as well. It's just, this is that type of market, the lower market. And as you pass through the lower market, you exit and get up to Ursat's Pond, Ursat's Pond is the massive pond in the center of the city, and the district around the pond itself all counts as Ursat's Pond. You do see on the eastern side of Ursat's Pond a large sort of camp area that has been created. You see many soldiers in varying uniforms, like some that are wearing like Marshtown specific guard stuff, some that are wearing what you assume is some that are Hondere soldiers or former Hondere soldiers, and some that are wearing what you assume would be the challenge attire, which is like a chest plate and fuck, I had this. It will have a color at some point in the future. But they are wearing some sort of organized uniform, the ones from the challenge, and they are guarding the place as well. Nigel is saluted as you head inside this area, and it's a large camp, taking up the entire eastern portion of Ursat's Pond, the district. You see many sort of ramshackle buildings that have been put up, as well as tents. Lots of tents for the soldiers, and small buildings for both storage and for upper ranking people to stay. In the soldier, And Nigel says, I'm going to take you directly to the center, because I think there will be at least a few people who will want to see that you people are still alive. So come on, then. And he leads you into the center of this camp, and there's a large building that has been repurposed to be used to house like the central command of whatever is left of the challenge, basically. It looks similar to what Wynn you would know as the building they were using at the time, but they've expanded this camp area quite a bit since last time you were here. Because now this is like central focus area of the entire war.
Sure.
Nigel holds the door open and sort of shuffles you all inside. And you head in. And he points for you to go into the center building, and he says, if you go in there, just like shock everybody. I need to go wash mud off my face. I'll be right in.
I'm nervous to do this.
Shock everybody. How rude.
No, he just means we're gonna walk in and everyone's gonna freak out.
Push open the doors. Look hot.
We're gonna
got
be
it.
so mad
Wynn
at us.
has got it. We gotta be like Aragorn shoving his way in after everybody thought he died when he fell off the cliff. Just like
Who's
wet.
Aragorn?
Took a little tumble off the cliff.
Who's Aragorn?
But you open the doors wide, and inside you see a large sort of council table with maps everywhere. The walls have a bunch of maps and things of varying areas in the world, not just Venevra, as you take a sort of glance around. And you see that there is standing over one of the maps in the center of the table, like right in the center, and having a conversation, is Johanna. Wearing shield on her back, and Vinci is sort of nestled in on her shoulder. So she is talking to somebody that you don't recognize at the moment, a sort of medium height, brown hair, simple looking man, who sort of nods and says, we might be able to take care of that, but I don't know. If the rumors are true, and they're coming here or trying to find us here, we really need to keep an eye on our borders, don't you think? And Johanna says, that's the main goal right now, but that would be useless eventually. Don't we need to move out? We need to take the fight to him in some way, right? Anyway, you get some rest. Anyway, what do you think? And she sort of turns and looks towards her right, and there, sitting on a large reclining chair, which is sort of on a higher up platform and reclining. It's a big plush chair too. It's very out of place in this like war room. Is a small gnomish individual, who is wearing sort of brown and green cloth, and it looks like they're robes or something, but like more like lounge wear. And on his head sits a Robin Hood-style hat.
Oh my god. Dear God. Yes.
Not helicoptering.
Not good.
Not helicoptering this time.
Oh my lord.
Damn it.
And this individual,
One does not helicopter in a war room.
who you recognize
Yaren
as
might, though.
the god Yaren,
Oh my god.
says,
Well,
I agree with you, Lilia, or Johanna. Not Lilia. Johanna.
he's just so excited to see her.
If we don't fight back at some point, and I'm working on it, I'm working on like what to do later, but we need to take some sort of place back. Oh my goodness, hello! He says as he turns and looks at all of you. Those of you who have never seen this individual before see a gnome who has said hello to all
A
of
gnome.
It's a gnome.
you. Yes, this one's
Happy to see a gnome.
Jason, it's a gnome.
Incredible.
It's the gnome.
The gnome.
The gnome.
I feel like I don't know that I would know who this is, but being a cleric, would I know who this is?
Make a religion check.
I feel like Lily has described him enough to us.
I feel
little
like, well, Kieran wasn't with us in the temple, though, when I pointed
Yeah,
to the
I
thing.
saw
It
the
was
mural,
like,
but I don't know if I'd make.
What about everybody else?
I saw the mural, but I don't think that gnome was wearing this attire. So I don't know if I'd make this.
17 for me.
17. I mean, the thing is, depictions of God. You're not expecting to walk into a room and see a god sitting there.
It's fair.
So
Yeah.
even with that role, you're probably like, it's some gnome.
There's a gnome. There he is.
And
There is a
Johanna,
gnome.
Johanna sort of pauses her conversation as the guy walks away and like looks over to you. Stunned silence.
We're alive. Surprise! Surprise!
Love it.
Howdy.
How
Howdy,
to
everyone.
read girlfriend after 2 years. We're
Say hello
alive.
Like, to be fair, Kieran, I didn't know if she would still be willing to be my girlfriend after 2 years of being disappeared.
It's not like you were in prison or something.
No, she thought I was dead.
Well, yeah, but like,
No.
Not for nothing, but you mind just standing there and not moving any closer? Could you check them over?
Let's give him some space.
And she points to like a couple guards who like come over with some sort of magical implement, like to detect
Oh, nice.
illusion, etc.
Yeah.
And they like wave them over you.
as if somebody could fake this. Just kidding.
Kieran, all
and
I
the
would
guard-
have to do is kill you, and I could
That's
fake
fair.
that pretty well.
And the guards sort of turn back to Johanna after a little while and say, I mean, there are no illusions or anything. Johanna's like, all right. Well, welcome back, big damn heroes.
Sorry we missed the party.
I think there's still more party to be had.
Oh no.
I got your messages and stuff, but I wasn't entirely sure I wasn't hallucinating. It's been a trying 2 years. And as she says that, the door opens behind you and says, "That it has," says Nigel from behind you.
This fucking guy.
But they do in fact seem to be them. Isn't that interesting, Johanna? Johanna's like, very interesting, yeah. Anyway, I'm sure y'all have a lot of questions, as do I. I think I'm going to start. Unless Yaren, you want to take the floor for now? And Yaren's like, and you all
Wait,
hear
what?
her blasely say, yes, Yaren. And Yaren says, oh no, it's fine. You take over. I gotta relax anyway.
Is there an extra chair or something? We can sit
There are
down?
lots of chairs, and they're Johanna doesn't make a move to grab them for you, but you see them
Yeah.
around, and they're not like tied or bolted down.
Fine, I'm gonna go sit down. And kind of just stare at this thing that I just heard is called
and-
Yaren.
You look over at Yaren, and he's sort of sitting there, and he seems to be moving quite slowly, and
Yeah.
like he's in some amount of pain as he sits there.
God damn.
Same. Every day of my life.
Maybe he just got it back to
You're not
you.
special.
And he says, "No, go ahead, Johanna. You're the boss around here, anyway." And Johanna says, "Sure. Well, so something about the Feywild, from what I was told.
Yeah. We spent 2 days in the Feywilds. And then came back. And apparently 2 years had passed.
Great. Well, that's magic for you, I suppose. Nigel, does that check out? Nigel's like, unfortunately. Johanna. Well... Alright, well, take a seat. I'll come over around this table, I suppose. Actually, I'll stay on this side of this table. You, come around the table. I've got maps here that you'll want to see.
Sure.
There's quite a lot of light in this room, too, because it's, like, all candled up, and magical lights are floating around. Those standard. And you look down at this map on the table, and it is a world map. And there are pins in the world map. And varying little figurines to signify various things. She's like, well, so how much do you know? Have you been filled in at all about what's happened over the past 2 years, or do you want the whole story?
We don't know enough.
We prefer the whole story. Assume we know nothing.
Yeah.
Assume you know nothing. All right, 2 years ago.
Because I don't know anything.
2 years ago, Sabrina's Challenge at the time was called Sabrina's Challenge, was doing quite well. Salvador de Story had seemed to have fucked off from Infar entirely. We took advantage of that over the next month. And that time period, I don't really remember the specific dates, to take much of Infar for ourselves and rally a lot of people to our cause. We even took Arkala, even though it was covered in this weird mist stuff.
We can see through that now, just to interject. Also,
Cool.
a couple things happened, we're not sure how, but that's one of them.
All right. Well, that may be useful in the future, but yeah, so we took over Arkala. Things seemed to be good. And then there was an earthquake that everybody across the world felt.
Uh-oh.
And these sort of portals appeared, rips in the actual fabric of this plane, and out came thousands upon thousands of these soldiers and angels and other such beasts, which unfortunately rather handily took us off guard and were able to defeat us. We had gathered a few people. I don't know. You know who Jack Finchar is?
Do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we know him.
But yeah, so Jack was with us. We had a woman from Myrefall, Amelia, who was doing good work. The Kairi was a big help in Arkala, but we fought back, and unfortunately were forced to vacate that city, and not before multiple members of our many people in our forces had been killed or captured and sent away. There are these 3 camps you see on the western side of Infar. They are doing something there. We know very little about each one, besides what little information scouts can get. That whole sort of area is blocked off from a lot of information gathering, because you can't really get inside very easily. I mean, you can, but we've only had a couple of us manage to get inside and then back out in order to let everybody know what's going on. So what we know is that Myrefall is still basically Myrefall. It is now a camp, which is on a piece of paper over there, but it's certainly one of them. What is that? I need
Myrefall.
camps.
Myrefall's like right here, yeah.
Western.
Maybe they're digging out the Werewolf King.
Yeah, so yeah, Camp Mithralor is what it's called. Not a very imaginative
Mithril
name.
ore. Okay.
But all of Myrefall and the surrounding area is Camp Mithralor now. They have a lot of people mining deeper and deeper than they've ever done before for more and more mithril, apparently.
Oh god, they're gonna find a Balrog.
A what?
Yep.
The easternmost camp around Belmare, my hometown. Belmare's been converted as well as most of the area around it. That's on the western side of the Lonely Lake. Is now Camp Cambiamento. They seem to be sending a lot of mages there. So captured mages and whatnot have been sent there to do whatever they're doing.
Huh.
There's actually 4 camps. I was wrong about that. There's Camp Assemblage, which is Martial and the surrounding areas. They seem to be sending a lot of people who can work long and hard hours there. So strong people. And then finally there's Camp Benvenuto, which is the largest one, right in the smack dab in the middle of this sort of triangle on the western edge of Infar. And if you all want to head over to Roll 20, I actually have a drawn map.
Excellent.
Has Careshire been affected by...
Careshire has certainly been taken over. From what we gather, we don't really know much. But when we sent scouts there are no civilians there. We're not sure where they all went. We assume to the camps, but we're not sure. Because normally they leave at least a few civilians there to, do stuff and work and keep the normal cities still operational. So that's weird. I don't know what's up with Careshire exactly. We haven't had much time to just go and see, unfortunately. Maybe we'll get more information as time goes by. But yes, so this is the map of the camps. Camp Mithril are in the mountains there. If you're looking at it in Roll 20. Mm-hmm. Camp Benvenuto right in the center. Camp Cambiamento on the right there. Camp Assemblage in the lower left. And then there are 2 sort of outjuts of both Cambiamento and Assemblage. There's sort of these larger areas. And from what we can tell, they're building something, but I don't know what. And we haven't been able to see past a lot of their magical hiding, but we do see a lot of materials being brought in that area attached to both of these camps.
Okay.
The main
So maybe whatever they're
roads...
building there, we just try to sabotage that or something.
Yeah, it's safe to assume that the Camp Mithril ore is their resource center, and the other camps are using that resource.
Maybe they're
That is what we assume.
mining it here in Mithril ore. They're putting it together in assemblage, and then they're going to the Cambiamento place to enchant it, or something. If that's where all the mages are going.
I mean, that seems like a good guess. Unfortunately, we don't have... I mean,
Yeah.
it's an educated guess, but we don't seem to have much information beyond that. The main roads out of Mirefall, or Mithril now, have been blocked off that follow the rivers. You can only sort of get to Camp Benvenuto. There is now a new northern road that goes from Arcala directly to Camp Benvenuto,
Okay.
which is that one. That was not there before. The previous road to get to Mirefall, etc., was one you didn't actually go on, but was an option way back when, which went directly south from Arcala and then followed the lake. That was the original one, but you decided to just go way east and follow the mountains originally.
Less checkpoints.
Yes, and so there is this new road that they have made that goes directly from Arcala to Camp Benvenuto in the center of these 3 places. So that's that as far as Infar goes. Morlos has released when he came back. From what we gather, the shadow was we know who the shadow is now. Apparently, it was a woman named Ari Travala.
Nice person.
Yeah, we knew that.
Oh, well, good. You said to assume you knew nothing, so that's where I'm at.
But yes, that's the one thing.
That's on the list of we would have let you know, but we disappeared.
We got this.
Well, yes, so that's a thing. But when Morlos came back, he brought with him a number of not only his soldiers and whatnot, but lieutenants who now rule over various areas around the world.
Did
Wait,
he
around
come
the world?
through Exim?
Yes, the ritual apparently happened, and that was when he came through was the big earthquake. And Yaren pipes up and says, and that's also how I'm back, but something went wrong. We'll get to that later.
Sorry, around
Yeah,
the
well-
world, where else is...
Yeah, well, says Johanna. So Salvador is back in Arcala, basically.
Okay.
And so he's the lieutenant of Oster and Infar. Elena Desford is taken over as lieutenant of Taylor and Vessas, the southern two islands. She is also leading the charge against Penchard. But there, the pirate queen seems to be holding out with her big-ass ship and giant gun.
Good for her.
We are
my
trying to. All right. Johanna looks at that's my girl a little confused, but decides to let it go for now. But yes, we've been trying to send sort of delegates, as many as we can, like actual people to negotiate with the pirate queen, who seems to be perfectly willing to sit there and defend and not share anything with us.
I can reach out to her.
All right. Well, I don't know what that relationship is, but we are happy to have any sort of
We
that
ran into
help.
her a while ago. I can't even remember. We've done so much shit now, Johanna. It's
yeah.
insane. It's really hard to keep track of. But at one point, we had to team up with her to get something, and we ended up kind of on good terms. So
All right.
we'll be good.
Well, it's possible that because
Char
you all
winks and
disappeared,
win,
she's
like
not.
really obviously, because Char's bad. This kind of stuff.
You're picking up your terrible lying from Kieran, and I don't like it.
It's also making the
my father
relationship
figure.
seem a lot more insidious than it actually is.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Win totally.
Yeah, you're setting the wrong impression about Win and this pirate queen.
Johanna just sort of nods along, and goes,
Everybody's like, "Good
at
for
this
you,
point,
Win."
I don't
Ooh.
care whether it is what kind of relationship you have. If you have something, reaching out may be good. But apparently, she is working with a woman who I actually have the name of. She is working with Madwa, the woman who sort of created the first guns, to study
Dope.
the cannon that she has that seems to be able to blast away Morlos's troops very effectively. Unfortunately, that's apparently very slow from what information we have, because they have to use the gun at the same time, which makes it difficult to study what makes it tick. But yes, so Elena is these two southern islands. Ramnash, a beholder who's a kind of douchebag, talks like this.
Yeah, he's a big douchebag.
We remember
Nala
him.
gets
That
like
motherfucker.
Damn.
Nala's like color kind of changes when that.
Ramnash is the lieutenant of what used to be the Empire, and a little bit to the north. They have deposed the entirety of the council. It was already in disarray anyway. And by the time they went up there, Ramnash basically just walked in and said, "I'm here now." And
Floater. but
luckily, there is
More
a
of a
group of
floater.
people in the northern area, in the forests and mountains to the northern. They're led by a gnome named Asakros. He's got this weird crystal thing. We sent up a robotic friend of ours. I think you know him. AA3 is up there helping Asakros.
Oh, so he got here first.
No, we found that out. I thought
yes, we
Nigel
did,
said.
sorry.
Nigel told us.
So that's happening in the Empire.
That sucks.
Cinder Storm, who is some sort of weird corrupted with radiant energy pit fiend.
Ew.
Is the lieutenant of the Beastlands, the island where all the people come from. There's apparently a sort of wandering paladin who's been fighting back against the Morlossian soldiers there.
What's his name? Do you know?
We don't
her
know.
name?
It's sort of a myth.
Oh, it's not, this guy.
No,
am I
it's,
talking
no, the woman that we fought with.
Oh.
fuck,
Oh, the
what's her name?
female orc. Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
what the
I'm
fuck
so-
was it?
Oh,
name?
shit! Oh,
Started
Hang
with
on.
like a K.
Ignore us. We'll think of it in a second.
I know. Anuka!
Anuka.
Yes!
She's a myth.
All right.
I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's sort of a story they're telling because she's been sort of helping small towns and whatnot in the Beastlands get
Cool.
rid of the problems there.
That's dope.
In addition, there's Iona Bloodworth the White, who is a wizard of some repute, and cleric, really, who is ruling over Gathlando and surrounding areas. Specifically set up shop in Jarapur.
Oh my.
What?
And
That's my hometown.
Oh, Jarapur? Cool.
and the grotto to the east is ruled over, and the grotto and much of the southern area of the eastern side of the mainland is ruled over by Anaphiel, who apparently is calling herself Morlos's daughter.
Oh, I don't like that.
Is she actually?
We don't know,
Seems
but
unclear.
she's calling it, and he hasn't said no. Although Morlos himself has been MIA.
So
They
he,
say he walks these places, hooded and cloaked.
so he just
whatever
he
the
came
quote
back and
is
then
for-
just disappeared.
Well, he came back, sent his lieutenants everywhere, and then he hasn't been ruling as himself on high. He shows up every once in a while, apparently, but I think he's just wandering around.
Okay.
So don't trust anyone.
Anyone could be more lost.
And where is she?
Who?
Anaphiel.
Anaphiel is in the grotto, which is the eastern side. There's a peninsula on the world map. I'll send you all the world map photo again, but
Yeah.
and label things. But it's the sort of southernmost part of the mainland, and it's to the east, direct east of Penchard. And that's where the electronic music people came from.
From Hut.
Hi.
In Hut, yeah. They were from the grotto.
That's cool.
Cool.
They know
yeah.
how to party over there.
Well, maybe not anymore. Morlos doesn't seem particularly interested in the arts. But anyway, all of these people...
What?
most of these lieutenants hold one stone of Morlos, you see.
Damn it. This is like Zelda.
And now these stones grant them an amount of power that, according to Yaren here, is basically what they did a long time ago, back before the first conflict, to all of his lieutenants. But there are fewer of them because now Elena / Morlos hold 3 of them in Exim at the moment. Death list. Since we're here, most of the people who were heads of like barons or baronesses or counts have either joined up, been sent to camps, or were killed. I know for a fact that Scorch Pass tried to hold out against them. Zoe Umbraxa, Baron Bertrand, Hygrasil, both dead. In that attack. Our friend Jared is dead.
No.
Forgot to learn to
We
read.
heard
Never learned how to read.
we heard from Altone, Salinvo, and Tazglia, the horsemaster and guard captain. Both did not make it. We don't know anything about Handere's like queen. No idea. But Handere is basically not a thing anymore. And my parents did not make it either. And as on the mention of that, Vinci like goes and like rubs his face on Johanna, who gives him scritches. And I know. Yes. Many of the people we know are in camps. You may have heard that Vidar and Kara is there. He attempted, you see, to determine whether he could get in and out by teleporting to Martil. He made a super dumb mistake, and now apparently is down there.
No.
Because these teleportation circle still works, but mostly just to trap people in Martil.
Good thing.
Good thing we didn't go there.
Many other people are in the camps. Damien, if you know him,
Yeah.
you would know him. He's in Camp Assemblage, apparently. Yeah. Vidar is down there, as I mentioned.
Is he probably in the
Sabrina died
other one? Yeah, Sabrina.
How did Sabrina die?
in the attack on Arkala initially. Not before giving a great speech, though, so hey. She died somewhat of a martyr, and this is why, to get to the next point in this terrible, sad conversation about how the world's been the last 2 years, we do still have a lot of support. quiet support, and many sort of small organizations have been popping up in various cities to help people find safety, etc. So what I was just discussing with my friend over there, he's one of our sergeants anyway, just was curious about where we're going next. I was discussing, I think we have a need for some amount of, like, guerrilla warfare and poking at them and chipping away at their power until Yaren here can figure out how to kill the bastard. And Yaren's like, right, I guess that's my cue. Hello, everybody. I'm Yaren. I'm a god. I am not doing well.
We all kind of look at Lilia.
What?
This is your man.
This guy?
Technically,
you can
this
call
is
him
a-
that if you want to.
No, I seem to recall we had a conversation about being partners.
That is fair. It's been a long 2 days.
I'm gonna walk into work like that on Monday. I'm a god, I'm tired, and I'm not doing well.
But yes, so I hijacked the spell. Definitely expected there to be a certain arch in the way so that I'd be able to come through all nice and powerful. But when I did so, I think a little bit of me got stuck back in my realm. So I am currently cut off from a bit of me, and I am my avatar, but a little bit not doing so hot. So that's where I'm at. Meanwhile, I have been doing a bunch of research on how to kill a god.
Well, we got the art.
Yeah, we have it now.
We just didn't
you did?
get it to you in time. Yeah, I've like kind of shown my little necklace.
Ah, well, that is a great boon for the future.
Sorry, we didn't make it in time.
Yeah, we thought we'd be able to get it.
We
and
thought
come
we were
back.
ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
honestly.
we felt very confident in where we were.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's your fault, especially, so...
Not directly.
It's just, it doesn't suit. You can't say take it up with the phase, because, you know, it's...
Oh, and I forgot one thing, says Johanna. Sorry, Yaren. We'll get to killing a god in just a second. This is important.
Jesus.
There's a ruler of those camps, you see, not one of Morlos's lieutenants. It's sort of odd. Apparently a necromancer by the name of Gagrun brokered a deal with Morlos and now is sort of the leader of them. We haven't seen this individual, we just hear sort of stories. So, important to note. Anyway, Yarn, killing a god. And Yarn's like, right. So, as it turns out, killing a god's not so easy.
I imagine.
Right.
What? Okay, cool.
And we don't want to just lock Morlos away. I was hoping to weaken him a bit with the usage of the arch, and we may still be able to use it in the coming days in order to weaken him. I think we need to somehow figure out a way to cut off his power from the stones themselves, which should weaken him a lot. But as far as actually killing him, I think we need to do something a bit drastic at some point in the future. And the drastic thing is, I think the only being who would know... So there are two beings who might know how to kill a god. Uas,
Oh,
the god of time and knowledge.
okay.
Difficult to contact. Though there is a worshipper of him who reached out to us, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Johanna's like, yeah, this weirdo named Eskandula did talk to us. He's apparently... He said, Omniasari is...
That's what he
taking
said.
over... Yep. Verbatim.
That guy's a lunatic.
I love him.
But
No, he's just
Omniasari.
enlightened.
Omniasari was taken over. They sort of peacefully surrendered because it wasn't worth it, basically. So I don't think they're doing badly over there, given the state of things.
I bet
But
Daisy's
Eskandula
okay.
himself said he is trapped. So he said he'll help if he can figure out a way to get out.
Does he
Anyway.
getting out?
Maybe, I have no idea. He just said, in his weird way, what we translated over a few odd messages was that he is trapped somewhere and is trying to find a way out.
Okay.
And Yarn continues, yeah, so that guy is a follower of Uas or something. He might know how to get in contact with the actual gods, or how to get to Uas's realm and see if there's information there. But the other option is eventually heading to Morlos's realm under his goddamn nose and looking to see if he has any information about what his weaknesses are. That's my balls-to-the-wall ridiculous plan. Other than that, I think we follow Johanna's plan of slowly chipping away, weakening the lieutenants, gathering support, and figuring out what to do from there. And maybe, finding some allies. Because what we know is as well, Tertiva has fallen, but we have some information. We got one message a while ago that they had, at least a few of them from Tertiva are holed out somewhere, but we can't scry on them or anything. They seem to be completely protected. We need to get in contact more with various groups in different cities who are helping refugees and see if we can build up support there. We need to parlay with the Pirate Queen. We need to still keep working with Asacross and see what that crystal of his does. Because as it turns out, that mist has gotten into people's heads. Certain people who are not as perhaps wise fall susceptible to this curse.
Yeah, we've seen it happen.
Which makes
That's
them
no
fight
fun.
on the side of Morlos, unfortunately. Most of Taylor is this way.
Well, we got 2 years to make up for, so just tell us what to do, ma'am.
Well, for now, it's late. And I'm tired. Of course, I'm always tired because I'm missing a part of myself. But hopefully we'll get me back at some point. Other than that, I think we need a little bit of happiness and celebration. What do you say, Johanna?
No
Johanna's
helicoptering.
Wow.
Yarn's like, I only do that in certain special occasions.
Only in the
we're not-
temple.
We're not quite there yet.
Only on
fully-
sacred
not fully
ground
helicopter
may one
only.
helicopter.
Oh my god.
When the
Yes.
avatar
It's a
is
specific
complete,
yes.
then
Do not insult our customs.
I was not!
Just because you don't
Relax.
understand the religion, Char. Come on. I taught you better
Everyone's
than that.
picking on me.
just clutch your arch.
And Johanna's like, that does actually sound good. I have a few things to take care of, and we got to stay a little quiet because Nigel, you did say that there's rumors of them trying to find this place, right? Nigel's like, yes, they are. I'm gonna I'll spend a little time here, but I do need to get back out and watch. We have a pretty rigorous watch schedule anyway, and I shouldn't have really left my post, but this seemed like an important occasion.
Well, we're happy to see you.
And Johanna says, yeah, you're forgiven. So says the Arbiter. And she gestures to herself on Arbiter. Evidently her title. Well then, Bonira, what say you get cleaned up? There are various places to get cleaned up, and we will gather together some people, give a speech, have some drinks and food, and we will work on saving the world tomorrow.
Sounds excellent.
I'm glad this place is like a still.
I think everyone could use a break.
I'm glad this place is still a city because I need to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do still have the supply lines are a little difficult to come by, but luckily we have quite a few magical practitioners who are able to import things with not too much difficulty. So.
Right.
Anyway, I'm going to go let everybody know that we're going to have a little small quiet celebration thing. You all go get cleaned up.
Sounds good.
We'll gather here in an hour or so, right?
Yo, I still have this amulet we got from the vault, which is like the amulet against proof of detection and location. Should we like give it to Johanna? Because we're not using it right now. Do you think that would help her out, or do you think we should keep it?
I think let's think on that because it
Okay.
kind of depends what our next move is going to be
Yeah.
as to whether or not we'll want to be.
Yeah.
I assume we're
I mean,
about to make
we're
some
kind
big
of.
waves.
I mean, right now everyone who's not here assumes we're dead.
I know, but I
so-
assume that we just made some pretty big waves back in the capital. I wouldn't be surprised.
They still
if
don't
we're
know it
gonna
was
make
us,
some big-
though.
They don't know it was us.
We were all disguised the whole time.
That's true.
Except
but
for
we are
Kieran.
going to... Except for Kieran. That is true. Do you happen to know if anyone...
Not that
Actually,
many people
Kieran-
saw Kieran,
Oh, yeah.
though.
No, you're
Everyone
right.
who saw
I
Kieran
don't know
is
what
dead.
you guys are talking about. I'm always.
Seeming's
super wanted.
seeming's
Oh, yeah.
not seeming's not concentration, is it?
No. It's 8 hours.
Right. So Kieran still looked like an old lady. That.
Oh, God.
No, wait, no. You did sleep. You did sleep.
I did,
Never
yeah,
mind.
we
But you
did
did look
sleep.
like an old lady for a
Okay.
while
She
Okay.
probably shifted when you were asleep in your
when
cell.
you were asleep. Yeah.
And then you
Then
immediately
turned invisible.
killed the guard.
Yeah,
You
that's,
woke
that's what I'm saying. The only person who saw
Okay.
people who saw Kieran are dead. So, and Kiri. So,
I don't know what you
I
guys
don't
are
think-
talking about. I
don't
didn't
think we know
slit
about
anyone's
Carrie.
throat.
I don't think we know about Carrie.
well, we
Wait,
know
you slit
okay,
someone's
whatever.
throat?
No, he said he didn't slit anyone's throat.
No, I didn't.
Insight check. And deception check, Kieran.
Oh my god.
Like, this is like when we're getting cleaned up.
Yeah. You've gone off to
wonder
like
if I
find
just-
wash basins and stuff.
Hold on, I think my insight is a plus
Oh,
11, so that's
6.
gonna be 28.
Yeah. Kieran's lying. Kieran did probably slit somebody's
Like,
throat.
Kieran, I like feel like I should lecture you on why we shouldn't slit people's throats, but quite honestly, I'm just proud.
I just want everyone to realize that I was almost out of prison on my own. I had to do a few things to get there.
Yeah, no, like this. That's and now it makes sense why you were covered in blood.
No one's mad about it, Karen.
Yeah. No, if anything, I'm just like, that's why
I
you're
wiped
covered
that
in
knife
blood.
off before I gave it back to you, for the record.
I got it. Thanks.
At the washroom door comes a knock. Lilia,
Yeah.
says Johanna. Can we talk?
Yes. Yes, we can. I'll be out in just a second.
You've got a
right.
loofah.
This is like a washroom. Really getting in there.
Just getting the scales.
Oh my god. Ugh. That's funny.
All right. I prestidigitize my hair dry. I'm assuming that I washed it.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, that was like 15 minutes or something. You had.
All right. Let's do this. See you on the flip side, y'all. And I open up the.
You see, she's like leaning against the wall, sort of picking her fingernails. Right. Let's go for a walk. She leads you sort of outside through the camp where she's like saluted a bunch, and she like nods back to a lot of the soldiers and says, "At ease, you're fine. We're having drinks and stuff in a little while back there. 45 minutes. Be sure to come by." And leads you out of the camp and over to sort of the boardwalk that goes beautifully around and over the pond with the fairy lights all around. Walks up to one of the bridges over the fairy lights and the pond, and you leans on the edge, looking out over it. It's a beautiful, beautiful city, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've last been here. And I'm like, if she's like leaning on her arms out, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna do like the stereotypical thing and like lean backwards on the thing.
Perfect. Good.
You
yes.
know how that image looks.
I know exactly what that is.
Haven't been here.
It is-
probably a decade.
Oh, I didn't know you'd been.
Yeah, part of my rebellious youth.
It's sort of a jewel in the country, this place. It's very well hidden, holding out against the invaders and all that, right? I'm glad we've maintained it.
Yeah, me too.
We've been here for a while. A year or so, a little more than that. You know, I waited a while. A long while. As it turns out, no matter how many people I was meeting and fighting alongside with, there wasn't someone as interesting as the weird goth bard with skeleton wings. But it was, of course, still 2 years.
Yeah. I know.
So I did wait a while. And then I had a few flings. Nigel and I hooked up.
Oh my god.
After
After
Vidar got
Vidar?
captured.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's kind of fucked up,
also
actually.
Y'all aren't there.
Oh my god.
I like kind of
down.
like not to cut you off or anything, but I was gone for 2 years. I'm not. I don't know whether this is something you ever want to come back to, but I'm not gonna hold what you did, what you needed to do against you.
I know. I know.
Or what you still
last
need
message-
to do.
Yeah. Vidar and I were together for like a month and a half before we both sort of realized our hearts were in different places.
Wait, you and Vidar, or you
just-
and Nigel?
Sorry, Nigel, they're the same person.
Oh my god.
Wizards, baby.
Nigel.
Just making me around.
Nigel.
Just smile, because I thought Vidar was like strictly. Never mind.
Well, I mean, yeah. I just wanted to let you know, I guess. I don't know. And you're right. Like, it's not like 2 years is a long time.
It's a long time. And it's so strange, and it hurts because it was only 2 days. I was gone for 2 days.
I can't imagine it.
And I never expected you to hold on for as long as we were apart. Normally. And like I said, I don't know if this is ever something that you ever want to come back to. If you do, the door's open. Because I don't
that's
think
good
I'd
to
know
know.
how to shut it. But I don't expect that from you. I don't really expect anything.
Thank you. Yaren's suggestion of a party was a good idea.
Yeah.
And here's why I think so. I think we should go to this party. And you and I should sit next to each other the whole goddamn time.
Okay.
And I think that after a night of being ourselves with no worries about war or weird magic that caused 2 days to become 2 years, no worries about the fact that this gnome sitting next to us is a friggin' god. No worries about how this town might be discovered and attacked at any given moment. Or that our friends are all trapped in some camps somewhere. We'll just have a good night. And we'll know where we stand in some capacity, at least.
I think that sounds nice. I would like that a lot.
She
And
sort of turns to you and very slowly sort of touches the side of your face.
Gay.
I'll just gently grab her hand and just kiss it.
Oh, so sweet.
And then be like, on a much different tone. I do have drugs that can make all of that easy. I'm pretty sure that the advanced
Let's all do drugs.
If we
Now
really
that-
want to forget about everything happening, I have the tools.
Oh my god.
I don't think
What
Kieran's
is
done
it?
the drugs yet.
It's,
I think Lilia's the only one who
did.
did the drugs.
I thought someone did them with
That's
me.
okay.
Anyways,
There's some people
it's-
that were doing it alongside you. Some
Yeah, it's just some
Not us.
crush
But not
that I
us.
picked up in Scorch Pass when we were there.
Crush. Well, I may hit you up on that offer.
Just, if you need
That
a
certainly
little
is a
help
way
with
to
getting-
lower inhibitions and forget about your troubles. Well then, you're still very beautiful, Lilia.
You are.
Those 2 days really didn't change anything about your...
No, and it's weird because now you're older than me.
I am.
Yeah, you were younger than me when I met you. Now this is very strange. Just
Yes, I have lapped you.
you have.
Laps you.
And you do see
times.
she's got like, as you sort of study her face, she is like, she's weary now.
Yeah.
War weary. She's got like a scar on her cheek too, and one on her like the upper part of her forehead. And just bags under her eyes and stuff. But she's still Johanna. She tries her best to maintain the same joking, jovial visage that she did before, but obviously is having a harder time with it at this point. Well then, it looks like they're bringing kegs in, and she like looks over, and you can see around the camp there's like 2 trolleys with big kegs of something on them being brought into the camp, and you see the guards, the soldiers go, yeah, and go. Everybody's like going and helping them bring in the kegs. And, well, this will be a night to remember. Fireworks.
Never forget.
I just watched Lord of the Rings.
It's so good.
But you head back, I'm assuming, to the place. Everybody else, you come out of the sort of area where you were cleaning yourselves up. Let's see.
I feel much better. Haven't had a proper shower in 2 years.
Ooh.
All right.
And some music starts up. No fireworks, because that would be very loud and a really good way to tell everybody this is where we are. But music starts up. The whole sort of central area is like cleaned up, and like carts and war equipment is all moved to the side. There becomes a dance floor and a sort of stage off to the side of the central part of this camp. The actual building that's used as like the war room, they clean it up a bit, and that's where they lay out platters of food and the kegs themselves, as well as like there's kegs of ale, and then there's wines and some liquors as well, including cactus juice.
Nice.
And you and Lilia, or you and Johanna, why can't I name these freaking characters right? You and Johanna walk back to the camp and are greeted with cheers of like Johanna coming back, and Johanna's like, yes, we're having a good time. Just have a good time. I'll give a speech when I'm good and drunk. Anyway, my dear, shall we?
Absolutely.
And sort of leads you past. How do all of you partake in this party? Is the question
Cactus
that I have
juice.
for you.
I assume.
Karen's just like nursing a bottle in the corner.
Beeline to the cactus juice.
I assume Nigel is working because that's.
Nigel has washed his face, taken one shot, and then gone, all right, everybody, have fun.
Bye.
If I call for you to come help us fight off everybody who's trying to kill us, y'all best not be too blasted. But try and forget your worries.
No promises.
Keep it in the back of your head.
Like, Lilia has like a little bit of a trouble not side-eyeing Nigel. Just like a little bit. Just like she's looking at him through new eyes.
She's like, wow, that guy fucks.
Oh my god. That guy fucks. Oh my god.
But he walks off.
That's funny.
And like as he walks off, is anyone from our party near us?
Yeah, you would all, Johanna would be
pointedly
leading,
staring.
going directly towards the sort of war room and drinks area, and Nigel would have passed by.
Okay.
You both, as your party is there as well, so you pass by Nigel as he leaves.
Okay. No one's close enough for me to whisper anything, so I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah, because we don't know he fucks.
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't know
It's
that.
like I need to tell someone, but maybe not until after we've left the camp.
It's like Kieran's not going anywhere. He's just drinking.
Kieran, always the
So
winner.
as you drink the cactus juice,
It's true.
there's like a bartender who's like this really gruff sort of looking very hairy man. Like, he's got just hair. You could see it coming out
Oof.
of his chest.
My
He's one of
uncle.
those sorts of hairy people. And this really wild black hair on his head. And a huge bushy beard. And he's like, cactus juice, Pooh. Yes, good stuff. I brought that all the way from Scorch Pash. It's surprising, but you are wearing the hat. That's your classic Scorch Pash thing.
Did you enjoy your time in Scorch Pass?
Nope, place is a shithole.
Did you like the cactus juice?
The cactus juice is the best part of the place. But you know, it's a little bit, it's just way too hot there. I've grown up here in Marshtown, and in Marshtown it's warm but not too bad.
This guy's more
I
lost.
actually don't like the weird dry heat. I got very used to sweating my balls off.
Yeah.
And whenever I go somewhere that's not making me sweat my balls off, I get very confused.
Great.
Do you have any Everfrost, barkeep?
Everfrost? That's a little more difficult to come by. By the way, I don't think I've met either of yous. My name is Thomas Gallagher.
Thomas Gallagher, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, a pleasure to meet you all as well. What was it again? Everfrost? Right, you. Cowboy hat person, who are you?
Or, just Kieran.
Nice to meet you, Thomas Gallagher.
guy's more
You're
lost.
Dragon Lady.
Don't tell him anything.
My name is Nala.
I have PTSD
No, good
giving
to
people
meet
my
you.
whole name.
I see.
Yeah.
I witnessed that, and I kind of do the same thing. Like little stuff.
Everfrost liqueur. And he digs in these crates and he has to open them all up. I've got elderberry.
I'll take an elderberry, thank you.
I don't think I have any Everfrost here. It's a little bit more challenging to acquire. But here you are. And hands you, pours a glass of elderberry. Sort of a liqueur.
I'm gonna hold it
It's
up to
also
my
red,
mask
but
to
it's-
let it cool. My little white mask.
Very Iceman from X2.
Yeah.
You put it on your... What are you doing, Win and Char?
Mostly I think I'm just being a wallflower, just with an ale off to the side, watching the dancers.
There's lots of dancers going on. Civilians from the community have been invited in. This isn't just a sort of
That's good.
war party. No one really knows what it's for at the moment, but everybody's perfectly willing to join in. There's this sort of small band of soldiers, like the soldier band, but they're playing sort of more upbeat music.
That's cool.
Lots of dancers are dancing. A sort of an elven woman comes up to you and holds out her hands. She's got very sort of long, sleek hair and a very pretty dress that sort of goes down to her knees, like it's a homecoming dress, with boots that go up mid calf.
Cute.
And she holds out her hands. Would you care to dance, my attractive bearded fellow?
My attractive bearded fellow.
Thank you,
I love
I'll
that.
pass.
That's how I say
Oh,
things.
no,
I've had a lot of
Win.
drink.
That's
you sure?
how it
Shit,
is.
Char is the opposite of a wallfire right now. She's going, she's talking to everybody, she's dancing with everybody, she's super exuberant. She sees this happening and goes up and is gonna try and encourage Win to dance with her.
Come on, it'll be fun.
Party butterfly pulls the wallflower away.
Exactly.
Alright, one dance if you'll drop it.
I promise.
Okay.
And then she takes you, and it's a big, fast, fun dance, a la the party at the beginning of Lord of the Rings.
The only other thing Char did as well, Lilia and Johanna were talking. Char wanted to check on her potion and stuff
Okay.
because I'm gonna need to buy more potion stuff tomorrow.
I say, yeah, I assume that's probably when we found lodging at the end of the day or something like that.
I'm just gonna need to get another stuff because this one's all more than halfway done already.
I'm drinking, so no enchanting arrows tonight.
And Johanna sort of takes you over to the bar area. What would you like?
Oh God.
We seem to have quite a selection,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
Something, I don't know, whatever this... Your closest thing to whiskey and neat.
We have whiskey neat. You, Thomas, 2 whiskeys neat, please. Oh, that can be accomplished, Johanna.
Am I still at the bar?
Yeah, you're still there, sort of. You've poured another cactus juice.
I'm gonna lean over to Lilia and try to whisper. Didn't like Scorch Pass. Didn't like it. But got cactus juice. But he didn't like Scorch Pass, so...
Kieran's offended. Passes an acquired taste.
Ooh. If you don't like it, acquire some taste.
I never said I didn't like it. I just said it's an acquired
That's some
taste.
Halo shit right there.
That's good.
It's a desert.
Johanna comes over with a drink.
I grab my drink and I try to get her. I'm like, Kieran, it's okay in your hometown to not be others' cup of tea.
It's hot like tea, but you know what? The people are also hot like tea.
Howdy, Kieran, says Johanna.
Hi, Johanna.
How are you enjoying the festivities?
Well, they have cactus juice, which is nice, but the...
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm learning how to reintroduce myself because of mistakes that were made, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Ernesto's still
Reintroduce
alive,
myself.
too. It's great. Everybody's
Great.
got people that are alive.
People who are alive.
Yeah,
she
people
says.
Two alive people.
An interesting
many
toast.
shots
Could I
of
have
that
a
have
bigger
you had?
glass of this?
At least 3 that have been mentioned. I'm gonna go hang out with Win.
Cool.
Just like walk off.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a
with the
table.
Yeah,
And
oh,
try
no,
and
it's
like
Oh my God.
sit down and drink a
There's
little
the
bit.
table.
Have some food.
Yep.
Try and not draw too much attention to myself this evening.
Char is making friends.
Sure, the lady in the white dragon mask not drawing attention.
Right, yeah, she's probably...
Holding it up there. Yes.
Oh my God.
You do get some stairs,
Sorry. can't help
but people, you get this soldier guy. In fact, the guy who you recognize who was talking to Johanna, like the sergeant from before, comes over to you, and says, and like sits down at the table. Sorry, mind if is this seat taken? With you,
Not
Nala?
at all. You can sit.
Oh well, are you Kimbatu Nala?
Who's asking?
God, Nala, you're famous.
Oh, Nala
sorry.
has a fan.
Sorry. My name's Ed Pollock.
Ed Pollock.
Yeah.
Well, Ed Pollock, you are correct. My name is Kimbatu Nala.
Well, I've heard amazing things about you. I'm a little bit of a practitioner of magic as well, and like shoots just a light spell onto the table, and then snaps it away. And I just find, like, I've heard stories of your battles and whatnot 2 years ago.
Oh,
Been amazing stuff.
yes. Did you learn at Tartiva, or are you practicing at Tartiva before the calamity
And you look at this guy.
occurred?
He may be a sergeant, but he's probably like 18.
So probably no.
Probably putting in
he's
its
like,
application.
I wanted to, but I've been learning on the fly from various practitioners like Nigel and all them
Nigel, who fucks?
during this fight, because we all have to learn to fight now. So sorry, this is supposed to be about not thinking about that, but yeah, so that's where I'm learning magic.
Well, you have a great teacher. Nigel has instructed me in a small capacity. And at any other time, if you have any free time, I can possibly see if I can teach you anything.
Oh, that would be amazing. Anyway, I'll leave you be. You seem to be in your thoughts, and I feel like I've interrupted you, but
Oh, no, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Pollock. Or Sergeant
you.
Pollock.
you too. Yes, Sergeant. And does like a salute. He's an odd sort of pick for a sergeant, but you've never seen him in a fight, I suppose.
And this is a human,
and he-
right? It's a human.
This is a human.
Okay.
He's a
Or he
gnome.
might be...
I just want to make sure.
That's funny.
Nala's like, I don't know, I'm a dragon. Everybody looks the same.
Everyone's short.
You're all just small.
Johanna, like, takes... Lilia takes your hand and then goes, you want to dance? I feel like we should dance. That's a way to stay next to one another, right?
You don't have to be so strict about it, but yes, I'll dance with
I
you.
made the rules, damn it. If you want to go to the bathroom, let me know.
Lillian drains her thing,
Why?
sets it back down, is like, alright, let's fucking dance.
All right. Yeah. And she takes you dancing for a while. And during the dance, she's like, you know, I think I'll take you up on that crush offer.
Oh yeah?
Then we can go look at the fairy lights and stand on the bridge.
Awesome.
Alright, well let me know when you want
We
some
should rope everybody else into it too. I should probably give my speech before that happens, though.
If you
so-
want to maintain your facade as being like totally put together, then yeah, don't have the crush before.
I'm the arbiter. I've got to be like, you know, arbitery.
Arbitrary.
Yeah. But you dance for a while more. And then she says, all right, everybody. Listen up. Music out, music over for now. Music. All right. Hello, everybody. You all know me as Arbiter of Inthras. These are my friends. And gestures in various locations to the Bone Era.
Dancing lights.
These are the Bone Era. They are magnificent and ran into a bit of a problem. 2 years ago, you may have heard of a group of adventurers who helped us really take Sabrina's challenge and move it to the forefront of actually having a chance. And they really were instrumental in that. And then, in their quest to do good and try to save the world and stop everything bad from happening, a magical mishap caused them to miss 2 years. Not their fault. Please don't hold any grudges against them.
Take it up to the phase.
But I can't help but feel that this is a good omen. We have had 2 years of terrible, dreadful nonsense. And now we have some tremendously powerful help back. We have a plan, a rough plan, for how to move forward and gather allies and save people from this huge problem. Little by little, bit by bit, we will save them. Woo! Says people, and they clap. Little by little, bit by bit may not sound terribly inspiring, but trust me, when you're this tiny little puppy going up against that huge mastiff, you gotta sort of take your nips where you can get them. And meanwhile, puppies have a tendency to grow. They get older, they get bigger, they get wiser, and they get stronger. So as we go, we will learn, and we will gather allies. We will create more safe places for people to stay, civilians to stay, who will rally to our cause across the world, and we will defeat that big son of a bitch. Woo! Says the crowd.
I'm gonna lean over to Wynn and be like, we should probably get a dog.
A puppy.
And keep it where?
In the haversack.
I think it would die, Char.
No.
Anyway,
No.
tonight is about celebrating the return of our lost friends and the hope towards the future. For now, forget your troubles a bit and continue enjoying the night. Tomorrow, we get to work. Yeah. Woo! Says everybody. And the music starts up again. Johanna, or Lilia, Jesus Christ.
Are you sure you need that crush?
I do. Maybe it'll make me remember my people's names better. It's almost like all these names were made up bullshit and not tied to any real human beings.
Nah, you're crazy.
Or gnomes. Let us go take a peaceful... Actually, no, wait. Hold up. And sort of grabs your hand and runs off.
Oh, God.
Towards Nala.
Oh.
Slams her hands on the table all excitedly at Nala and leans in. Hey, Nala.
Yes. Fantastic speech, Arbiter.
Drugs.
Thank you. It was off the top of my head. Surprised I can still do that. But I've made quite a few speeches in the last 2 years, so better be getting better at them. Anyway,
You look like you're...
do you want to go?
Go where?
Do you want to go lay out on the bridge above the pond and look at the fairy lights with Lilia and I?
I look at Lilia.
It's very beautiful.
Do I get any kind of reaction of whether she would be like, yay, yes, this is a good idea, or I want my alone time?
You get nothing. I'm like tipsy.
I got nothing?
And I'm like just happy to be here, man.
Wow.
Yes, I would gladly accompany y'all. Let me get a few more drinks of this liqueur, and then I'll accompany you. Give me 1 second.
Great. Yeah, if you see Kieran, ask him. I'm going to go ask Win. And heads off to find Win.
Go to the bar, and is Kieran still at the bar?
No,
Kieran moved away from the bar with the bottle, but I don't know where Kieran went.
hang out with Win. Which is why I told Win we should get a dog.
Right, you were there. So Johanna comes up to the two of you. Friends, I have a plan for a peaceful evening. Do you want
They're
to
good.
Sure.
go lay on the bridge above the pond and look at the fairy lights with all of us? It's going to be a nice, peaceful, laying under the stars sort of moment.
Sure.
Great, you're on board. Where's Shar?
Dancing, I think.
Dancing.
All right. Lilia, I need to borrow you as a dancer again. And
Okay.
sort of swoops you together
This is precious.
and dances you into the center and finds Shar. And Shar, you get like a word or two, and then you dance apart, and then a word or two. She's like, hey, Shar! Do you want to lay under the fairy lights with me and everybody?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right. Let's go. And gathers you all together. Come on, everybody.
Shar isn't drunk. She's
There's a-
high on the experience.
Sure.
And she sort of leads you all towards the largest bridge over the pond.
Something bad's
which
gonna
is this
happen.
big main one over the top of it. And you head over there, and there's a few other people sort of walking there, and they see sort of the arbiter and give her space and whatnot, and she's like, "Oh, it's fine. Just enjoy the night. Enjoy the night. I'll never get used to being looked at like this. I'll tell you what," she says to Lilia and everybody else, but mostly Lilia.
You know, it's funny because the last time I was here, they tried to run me out of the goddamn town.
Well, this is a vastly different experience than that, I hope.
Oh yeah.
So you get far away from the party, which you can hear sort of in the distance. And it's like, all right, so this is the big center. I like to come here and sit. There's a few like benches and whatnot as well. But she just like sits cross-legged and then spreads her legs out and lays down, looking up. And all around you, the fairy lights are like slowly drifting over. It makes it look like there's, like, in addition to the stars above you that you can see through the canopy, there's also these just multicolored round lights floating very peacefully above this pond and all around you as Johanna lays there. Trust me, all. Lay down.
Okay.
Okay.
Sit down.
And you all look up. Johanna sort of leans over to Lily and says, "Hey."
Yes.
I'm glad you're back. Isn't it pretty, everyone?
Very majestic.
Joyce?
I like to come here a lot. Just step around us, she says to some people
We're
who
just
are...
lying in the middle of
Right in the middle of the bridge.
Just literally lying there. Okay.
They're like, "Oh, you're fine, Arbiter," and move past. And I don't really know. Just between you and I, you and all of you and I don't. I think the plan sounds okay, but I don't really know where to start.
You start tomorrow.
Start at the beginning.
Well, there's lots
That's a good
of
place to start.
places that could be the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, technically,
Yeah.
we're starting in Marshtown.
That is true, Kira.
Sure.
Drinks more
Sure,
of
laughs
his
at
cactus
that.
juice.
Can I have some of that?
Yeah. Pass that around.
It might be difficult to find a place to start, but that's what tomorrow is for. We're not starting.
Yeah.
In fact, does anyone want some drugs, children? And Lilia pulls out.
I would like some, says Johanna as she looks up.
All right. Yeah, you can take.
I'll
the first
do it
hit
if everyone else is gonna do it.
as
Well,
a
I'm-
returning gift to you.
Thank you.
I'll stick with my elderberry liqueur for tonight. Also, Nigel did warn me that I should be on slight alert, and I would like to be a little bit.
Such a puss, Nala.
I mean, like, it's fine if you
double
don't want
fisting my
to.
elderberry.
One hit won't
Peer
kill
pressure.
You. I
Yeah,
can
Crush is
still
the
do
best drug
magic
ever
on
because
one
it doesn't like. I mean, it's a hallucinogen, but it doesn't have like a hangover or anything.
Yeah.
So
hit. Yeah,
it's nice.
that's why I prefer.
Anyway,
it.
thank you.
I take it
And
the
she
fact
like
that I
takes
get
the hit after you.
Anyone else?
And
Yeah, Char will do it.
Oh,
All right.
Shaw!
so everybody who takes it should
You're
make
such a terrible influence.
everybody who takes it should take a con
after
save.
that,
Con save.
then Nala would
I'll do
also.
that.
Everyone does it.
I'll do that, yeah.
It's like,
You mean
okay,
my
fine.
+0 con save?
Oh, that was really good. Okay, I
gonna
got a
let-
17.
I'm gonna let D&D
17?
Beyond roll.
I got a
for me.
13.
Yes! 9!
Okay,
Natural 20.
natural 20, and Kieran 14. So everybody, so Win, you like take this and you sort of wait there. I don't think it's working.
And I look at him like, you might need another hit, buddy. You're a big dude.
No, give me a minute.
Okay. Okay.
So Win, yours is a very light. What happens is just the vague outlines of those lights become a few of them, but not very much. Everybody who rolled below, like 14 and below.
I rolled 17. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so Shar, you are remarkably resistant to it as an elf.
Yeah, this makes sense. The elves are able to kind of.
Yeah. We are the elves, aren't we?
So you still get a little bit of a high, but not very much. It's just sort of a nice. The colors are a little more vibrant. Everybody 14 and below, though, like you start seeing sort of shapes being formed out of the fairy lights. Like one fairy light becomes like a flying, majestic dragon through the sky. The canopy above you start seeing like various pixies and other sorts of fairy type creatures dancing amongst them in these sort of beautiful patterns.
Johanna, tell me we're still in the material plane.
We're still in the material plane, Nala. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
No,
This is what happens.
Yeah.
I had a Feywild flash. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I get it.
These fairy lights are. There may actually be pixies up there. I don't know though. I'm glad to share this moment with all of you.
Oh.
And as you stay there for the next while, people sort of passing by and giving you strange looks. And as they pass by, you see that their faces like are slightly moving in the air, like warping because of the hallucinogen around you. But it like just looks cool. Doesn't look scary. And Lilia, you hear... And that's where we'll take our break.
I like that. We all did drugs. And now
Am I gonna talk to an angel while stoned out of my mind? Baby!
So happy.
It's like Kieran's drunk.
Don't do
now
drugs, kids.
Also
Fantastic.
stoned.
Oh my god.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the mid-session announcements for episode 56 of Welcome to the Bone Era. Nothing big today, so basically normal stuff. If you want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/CameronofSDavis. All that money on that Patreon goes directly back into my art projects, including this show, and tech that we use, and Podbean subscription, and that sort of thing. So if you like the show, consider sending us some money over there. If you like the music that's done on this show, except for the theme, that's all tabletopaudio.com. Really excellent 10-minute ambiences and sounds and music for your tabletop role-playing games. Tim makes good stuff. Check him out. I just released a song last Friday called Bored. You can check it out on Bandcamp or Spotify or wherever. If you look for Cameron of Davis anywhere that you get music, it's a good song. I hope you like it. Woot. Public service announcement, please get vaccinated. There's no actual excuse not to. It's really stupid how many people in this country are buying into complete bullshit about vaccines, and it's going to be really sad when thousands more people die. Currently, it's a trial of two different countries, basically. 99% of infections are due to people who are not vaccinated. But there are still a bunch of breakthrough cases as well. And if you are an old person, for instance, even if you're vaccinated, it's possible for you to die from this virus. And the more people that are vaccinated around you, the more protected you and everybody else will be. It's just common fucking sense to get the vaccine, so please do that. I know this is a D&D podcast and that's not what you're here for, but I'm fucking sick of it. So yes, please get vaccinated. Beyond that, I don't have anything else to say, so have a really wonderful day and week and everything. Enjoy the rest of the episode. All right.
Hi, Lola.
So we're back. So Lilia, you here?
Which... So all that happens and anything anyone else sees is Lilia just bolts straight up and goes, angels!
Oh
And
no!
that's all the context.
Fuck!
And as you go to bolt up, you find yourself somewhere else.
Am I still high in this other place?
You have no idea.
A self-insight.
Did we all go, or is it just
Fantastic.
Lilia's like missing now?
You look over, Lilia's just high. And
Okay.
laying
So
there.
we're all still like, cool. Okay.
This is during that time.
Great.
So we don't notice anything.
Cool. Awesome.
You find yourself on a dark city street, completely empty and devoid of life. No bars are open, no lights are lit on the doors of houses, and the street lamps, too, are dark. You're standing there, in the middle of the road. Before you stretches the cobblestone street that you somewhat recognize, a facsimile of a main street in Bryn, the capital of the Empire. You know that this street leads to many places. One path directly before you leads to your family's castle. One leads through some winding and secretive tributary pathways to a rebel bunker that you spent a lot of time in. And one leads out of the city entirely. A sudden burst of wind whips up around you, and you swear you hear a high-pitched whistling on melody, like the wind were passing through a slightly open window, or someone who barely knew how to make a flute work was doing their best. A light appears out of this wind, forming from the magic of Krintovi's own elements. It floats there, in front of you, not unlike Nala's globules of dim light you know so very well, and seems to be awaiting instructions. With this light, you can see where you're going on this dark and empty street. Where do you go?
I will head on the road towards the castle.
Okay. You walk in the direction of your family's castle, headed directly for the towering structure on the horizon. The walk takes you past some places you remember. A temple of Lyra designated for nobility, including your family. The barracks of the formidable palace guard, and even an small, unobtrusive hut where you once met someone special when you first snuck out of the castle. And there the castle itself, huge and monstrous, foreboding as well as memories of a terrible time flash through your mind. The light leads you up the grand staircase outside, and the doors open into the great hall of the palace. Every candle snuffed out, no light besides this guide, and you hear the whistle on the wind once more. As the whistling fades, you find yourself in the throne room, ballroom, whatever. It had many uses. You see your parents fighting, and you remember you caused that fight. On purpose. A power inside you infecting their minds with your musical magic. But you see something else. You, afraid in the background. You as a child. Perhaps a little taller than you should be, and you see that you have blue skin. Flames are in your hand, and you're surrounded by these weird, floating, tentacled creatures.
Oh, fuck.
A power wells up around this younger version of you as she looks at her parents, and then she looks at you, directly in your eyes. Eyes wide, somewhat manic. She smiles.
Scarlet.
And you
Witch
find
vibes.
yourself looking up again at the sky in the town of Marshtown.
Wanda.
Instead of like bolting up, it's like the slow sitting.
Sure.
When I
You all
come back, I'm assuming that things are still blurred in my vision, right? Like they're still doing the hallucinogenic thingy.
Yeah, you're still pretty high.
And they
yeah.
weren't doing that before, right?
In the vision thingy?
Yeah.
No. You sit up and Johanna's like, "You alright, Lilia? Must have been a while since you've done Crush last. It's something that goes to your head a bit."
I don't think it's that, but I think I will worry about it tomorrow. I think we're gonna put it in the later box, and we'll think about it in a little bit. But no harm in not thinking about it right now.
What?
Never mind.
Alright. Well, it's getting pretty late. I suppose you all need someplace to sleep. Ugh. And Johanna sort of sits up. Whew. It's gonna be an interesting time from here on out. Shall we, I suppose, find some place to sleep and whatnot? I'm sure we can find some place for you in the barracks. There's plenty of room in the camp. Otherwise, there are inns, I think, but, you know, you wouldn't have to pay for the barracks, and they're comfortable enough.
So the barracks sound fine to me.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
So she sort of leads you back to the camp, and while you're walking, Lilia, you hear...
It's
in the direction of sort of the southern side of this lake, far in the distance down that way.
Hey Johanna,
Yeah?
what's on the other side of that lake?
Like in the south side of the
Yeah.
pond?
Yeah.
I mean, there's more of this district, and then the southern side of this, this city, sorry. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Is Magician's Corridor. It's the really high-end residential nowadays. It holds what used to be Marshtown's castle back when it was the capital. It's this beautiful building. Like, it's all made into, like, out of wood and vines. It's really cool.
I think I need.
And the Magic College is down there, too.
I think I need to go there.
Okay. You want to go there now? I mean, it's like 10, but we could go there now if you wanted.
Yeah? I don't know.
Y'all want a field trip?
Huh?
Wait, why are we doing this?
Oh,
She says.
I have.
You good, Lilia?
Well,
Nah,
I think
Nala's
so.
on autopilot. She's not really doing.
I mean, I just.
Not engaging.
I have, So, you remember how I was supposed to get that whistle?
Yeah.
Well, the person who has the entity, I suppose, that has the whistle says that they were gonna come find me. And I
Right.
keep hearing this song, and, like, I thought that maybe I was just high, but I think I, like, had a vision or was transported somewhere. Anyways, I keep hearing this melody, and I hear it coming from over there, and I think I need to go check it out.
Okay.
Let's do it. I imagine like high Lilia is like Jack Sparrow type movements.
Yeah.
That's how, like they're like it's over there.
And I also imagine that she's, like, even though she's pretty high right now, she's
Yeah.
seasoned at this. Like, this
Yeah. Yeah. She seems legit.
Okay.
Like, she can still, I imagine at least, I mean, DM can
Yeah.
totally reject this, but, like, she still can function while high because she's been high
Yeah, I mean, you
enough
function well enough.
times
Yeah.
that, like, she's still high, but she's
mean-
not out of commission.
Yeah.
This is gonna be weird god nonsense.
I
Okay.
think, but I don't,
Nala's like falling
I
asleep.
don't think,
One
I don't
word
think
syllable
Yara
answer is all you're
knows.
getting from Nala. So.
Different weird god nonsense.
well, behind Yaren's back, God nonsense.
You're gonna need a
He
cook.
doesn't know.
I'm coming.
I mean, it was originally behind his back, but he knows
Perfect.
everything because he's the god of fate. So who the fuck? I don't know. Let's go check it out.
Well, field trip, everyone. We're going to Magician's Corridor. Nala, you'll like this. The magic, the Marshtown School of Magic. Faraday College is down there.
Oh, nice.
Here, Nala, have some water. Hydration is happiness.
Yeah, let's all swing to the hydration station, and then we'll go on this field trip, shall we?
Yeah.
And you sort of swing to the back part of the camp, and water is distributed.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I mean, I
like
feel fine.
Floyd in
yeah,
True
your wind's like
Romance.
perfectly sober.
Lloyd, oh my god.
Char's like fine.
Perfect. Yeah, Shower and Win are fine.
And you make your way south, following these various ups and downs of these cool wooden streets that act like boardwalks, but they go like above and below each other. If anybody has looked up the Grove from GW2, a lot like that.
Okay.
With sort of more wideness as well. Regardless, you make your way down, and as you pass by the southern portion of the lake, you head to the south, and you immediately see, like, the buildings everywhere in this town are gorgeous and clearly old and very well maintained, but there's something sort of more mystical about the buildings in the southern end of the city, in Magician's Corridor. There are many more sort of obviously mundane magical elements to them, like glittering sort of signs to indicate very small businesses that are operated in people's homes. There's people use like captured fairy lights to light the sconces on the outside of their houses and that sort of thing. And all along the road there are these lights as though you're on like a runway or in an airplane with the emergency lights that guide you down, but they're these very beautiful lights that guide on either end of each of these streets.
Awesome.
And you head that way. And Johanna's like, well, this is Magician's College. Or, sorry, Magician's Corridor. Faraday College, I got confused, is on that side. And she points on that side. And you can see down there are these sort of magnificent tower-like structures built into the trees and everything. And a large sign made of vines that twist in and around each other that says Faraday College. Faerity. college, and that is the magic school in Marshtown. Sort of to rival Tertiva, but not as well known across cultures. And Johanna says, and lots of rich people live around here, and sort of what could be nobility and whatnot. And then over there is like, if you can see it, you have to really focus. And it's a little difficult for me to focus right now. But over there, I think, is the castle. And she indicates just an area that looks like a lot of houses. And I would need everybody to make a insight check. And if you're high, at disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, well.
It's a 10.
So that means Shar and Win, you're fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the eye, because that was terrible. And that was also terrible.
Johanna can't see.
I got a 15.
I also got a 15.
15?
6.
Okay. 15 is enough to barely make out. What you make out is just like there's one sort of spire that juts out in sort of a cone-like shape that goes out to a droopy point that doesn't look exactly in place. And then you look closer, like Shar, you're really squinting, and Lilia, you do as well. And you see that there's clearly like a shuttered window just there, covered in moss and whatnot, but it all blends in perfectly to the surroundings. And Lilia, as you're examining, you hear... from that direction.
All right.
Lilia says, all right.
Well, I suppose we need to keep heading that way. Okay. That's where the whistling is.
All right.
Did none of you hear this, right?
Nope.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Excellent. All right.
All right. Off to the castle, which I can't see. And she sort of doesn't... She stops leading you. You all just sort of move in a clump towards it. And eventually what becomes clear as you get closer is there is clearly like a curved path which opens up into what could be like a castle courtyard. And suddenly the houses around you don't look like houses anymore. They look like one maintained structure from house to house. They all sort of combine. On the other side, you can see them as one large structure, and you're suddenly in like a castle courtyard. And before you is the main building of this castle. Towering into the canopy of this forest swamp land.
No one lives in the castle anymore, do they, Johanna?
No, there's tours and stuff that they do, but mostly it's relatively abandoned and just like maintained.
Ah, excellent.
It's more a museum than anything at this point.
Good to know.
Visiting nobles, I think a while ago, like 20 years, 25, used to use this as a place to stay, but nowadays they just get other accommodations if they visit, or, well, not nowadays, but in better times.
All right. Good to know. Just wanting to make sure we're not going to get, like, lambasted for stepping on someone's private property.
Bastard.
You hear from the, like, inside the gate in front of you, like the large doors, which are made of vines and wood.
Does that mean we're going the right way? That sigh.
I think so. Should I whistle back? That's my one question. Should I whistle back at it?
Don't
Try
ask
it.
me.
I have no idea.
Do
But,
All right.
This is like into the unknown.
you whistle back.
If it's a bad idea,
A light
it's not my
appears in
fault.
front of you.
Are you telling me I didn't have to come all this way? I could have just whistled for you back.
And it starts drifting towards the castle.
Damn it.
And the only person who can see this light, by the way, is Lily.
Just, again,
are you
just
sure you're
yelling
okay?
at nothing.
Are
Do you want us to
you're
come with
okay?
you or wait here?
I don't know.
What flavor of
don't
vision
want-
quest do you want?
I said I was staying by your side tonight, so I'm coming with you. Also, I'm curious.
I don't want to drag the rest of you into my mess in case this is a horrible, horrible mistake.
Oh,
but
I've
I'm
had
You're gonna
no-
need a cleric.
No,
All right.
I've dragged us into worse things, so...
Come if you want to. I see a light that's leading me into the castle.
Well, let's go before it disappears.
Either I am
Let's go in then.
super stoned, or as I push open the gate, I'm like, oh, this is some weird-ass magic mumbo-jumbo
actually-
shit.
As you get close to the gate, it opens by itself,
goody.
much like the castle doors did in the dream. And all
alright
of you now see the doors just go.
Whoa, okay. Oh, wait.
Are we still frozen?
You are not frozen.
Oh,
you're not
everyone
frozen.
else was on my end.
Yeah.
Anyways, the gates opened.
But the doors open by themselves, and everybody else sees them.
Whoa.
And what you see before you and is just a staircase heading down. There's no, like, foyer area. There's no entryway. And Johanna's like, you know, I've been on this tour a few times. I've been here for a while. That's not what the front door of this leads to normally.
Dancing lights.
No, it's not.
You put dancing lights up. You see a very well-illuminated staircase going downwards, and it goes down pretty far.
Great.
Yet again, you hear louder this time.
I'm sure this will be a disadvantage.
And you see the light sort of
I don't recognize
down.
this tune from anywhere, do I?
No, I made it
Okay.
up on the spot, so I hope not.
Okay, no, just
hope not.
making sure. Like, I couldn't make a history check or like an insight
Yeah.
check to be like, am I gonna die?
No, this would be the first time you'd hear
Okay.
it. You'd have heard
All right. Like I said before, you don't have to go down the creepy staircase. I've already got myself into this mess, so I'm gonna go down.
Well, I'm not going to stand on top
Johanna,
of
like-
the creepy
We're not gonna
staircase.
ditch you.
No, let's go.
So, let's just...
Johanna drinks the rest of her glass and just like shatters it on the ground. Shit, thought it was not made of that. Oh well.
Finish my elderberry and put it down.
Just like shoves it off with her foot, like moving it underneath onto the various cobblestone,
God.
like the
I'm
centers.
sure they have someone that'll
My bad.
clean that up.
It's fine.
Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna have that little
And you
motif
start heading
stuck
down.
in my head for the rest of the day.
I like it.
Good.
Wow, gee willikers.
You take your first steps down. Who is all going down?
all of
of
us,
us.
Yeah, we all
We
Yeah.
are not cowards.
thoroughly
Well,
in
we
the
are,
middle.
and we keep it to our damn selves.
yeah.
That's me.
So you head down these stairs.
Hug your
They
hat
go
whenever
pretty.
you feel.
They go pretty far. Like a couple hundred feet, probably, maybe 250.
Are we going back to hell?
God, I hope not.
And eventually, you can't like see up there, like the light at the end of the tunnel back up where you had come from, sort of vanishes. Lilia, you have light from this special light that only you can see, and Nala also has shining her globules around. And eventually, you are presented with a doorway. And it's a sort of wooden door, and it says Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do on it.
Nope.
Okay.
Just up in a sort of diagonal. It has a door handle.
Okay.
Seems
I
to
don't
be a
like
door.
music-based quests anymore, for the record. Not interested.
No more singing.
No more singing.
I will look at it and go, okay, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and I'll do like the hand things with it, just in case.
Okay, you do that. Nothing seems to happen.
You sound good, though.
Is it do, re, mi?
I hate that. I hope it
You hate
works.
that? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can I trust
Nothing
trying
seems to
to
happen
work.
with the door. You tried the door. Chink.
Wow.
It opens.
Incredible.
And you step inside, and all of you sort of get inside. It's very dark, and as the globules come in, the door
Oh god.
slams
I'm
behind
so
you.
sorry.
And you look in the center of this room. Actually, what you see around you is a 5-sided room. So it's a pentagon. I kept saying pentagram earlier when I was looking up what's that 5-sided shape, and it's a pentagon room,
Okay.
pentagonal room. That's not the way to say
I
it.
think it
You
sounds
got
beautiful.
There's
You
5
did it.
sides. There's one side behind you, 2 sides to your left, and then 2 sides across from you. It is sort of a dirt floor, but pretty matted down and hard, so there's only some amount of dust on top, but a pretty tough dirt ground. And in the center you see this large black cage, 10 feet in diameter, with really sort of maybe 2-inch, 3-inch bars, apart bars coming down from the top, and having horizontal ones in there as well. And in the center there, you look closely as you step into the room, and you see Johanna suddenly standing in the cage.
Is she also still...
She is not also still.
What
the fuck?
Oh, shit.
And she's like, this is unexpected. Why am I in a cage?
Why is she in a cage?
Make a perception check, Lilia, as well.
Just Lilia?
Oh, that is not good.
Shar, you can do it as well, too, because you see everything. So.
Help!
So reliably
That's
talented.
I got a 13.
Oh, Char sees all.
13?
Wait, I lost my thing. It disappeared. 1 second, sorry.
Yeah, so you're focused on the fact that Johanna is suddenly in a cage, Lilia.
I forgot what my perception bonus is. Give me 1 second, sorry.
It's plus 9.
Plus 9, then
You
we're
rolled
at
16,
25.
25.
Wowie.
I know it's plus 9 because you always roll a 19.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Good job.
25.
25.
25. So you do see all. What brown bear, what do you see?
Oh my god.
Have you seen that comic?
No.
Whatever, it's funny.
But I can imagine it.
It's very funny. Regardless, Shar, you see Johanna as well, and around her neck on a chain is she's wearing something that she wasn't before. She's currently wearing what seems to be a sort of, it's got a round end and a long out jutting section to it,
Like a key?
like a whistle.
Oh, okay.
And you also, with a 25, immediately see that each of these walls has some writing on it. An assortment of words and a Roman numeral number.
Not the walls of the cage, but the walls of the room?
The walls of
Okay.
the room, yes. I'm going to put this in the chat. But so I will say it first, and then I'll put it in the chat. All right. So on the wall to your left, directly to your left, you see an I, so Roman numeral 1, and it says "Anne mimics and cage" in capital letters. On the next wall over, you see 2, and it says "The so deadly free." Next one, it says Roman numerals 3 and says "Item your will and." The one to your right has an IV, so 4, and it says "In, hidden, unlock, free." And then behind you, you see above the door, it says a V, so Roman numeral 5, and says "Possession, power, the yourself." And Johanna's like, I also don't know what this is. I've never seen it before in my life. Do, mi, sol, fa. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. Can you all get me out of the do, mi, sol, fa?
Yep, we're on it.
Out of this cage, please.
Can I go up and see if I can unlock the cage?
You go up to the cage, and as soon as you touch it, it's like shocks
Fuck.
you. You
Oh,
take
shit.
3 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
And Johanna backs away from the cage walls as well. All right. Well, now we know that. Do, mi, sol, fa.
I'm going to then take out my little tuning fork. I'm going to bang it right next to that lock.
Okay, you bang it, and it just goes. There isn't a lock on the cage. Is the big
it
thing
doesn't
as you get
matter.
up there?
We have to read the wall.
The cage is suspended from the ceiling. I forgot to mention. There's a friggin' chain attaching it to the ceiling.
Okay, so it's not on the
Big
ground.
cage. It's a big dome cage thingy that has gone over Johanna.
Okay, got it.
Big dome cage.
Stop it.
Because
But the chime of opening does not do anything.
But no, I used the items.
Why did you use
it?
this?
That's what she would have done.
Because she said that's what she would have done. Yeah, that makes sense. To try and unlock this cage. Yeah. Maybe there was a door you couldn't see and whatnot. Johanna again goes do mi sol fa.
Okay.
I can't seem to stop doing that. I don't know why.
Shar, have you told us about the words yet?
No. There's stuff on the wall. Guys,
Okay.
when Nala tried to use the lock, I said, no, I think we gotta there's a riddle here. Show everybody. Does everyone else see it now that I pointed out? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're there.
Five
They just missed
riddles.
it.
That's
Okay,
weird.
so what kind of...
And so will free yourself. No, that doesn't work.
I assume all the words have to
Do
make...
mi sol fa. She says again.
Wait, isn't that like do?
And-
So like do? What'd you say? Do mi so fa?
Those are.
Do mi
What
sol
numbers
fa.
are those? So
1, 3.
Wait, hold on.
So is 5.
I have to write this down because
1,
my
3,
brain is
5,
1, 3, 5, 4. Okay,
Yeah.
and
1,
Item in
Oh shit.
1, 3, 5, 4.
One moment.
One moment.
Oh,
but I think we're on the right track.
yeah.
Damn it. I'm really annoyed I fucked this up.
Oh.
I'll fix it in just a
Damn it.
second.
Okay.
Suddenly, the words
Oh my
change.
god.
I think we're onto something here, gang. Either that or I'm still really baked.
an item in your possession. My gun, and then I shoot the cage.
Maybe it's our music box that we got.
Oh yeah, we do have that.
My
Let's wait
Titanic.
to see what the walls say.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
Yay.
Okay.
1 says, and possession power the yourself. 2 says, the so deadly are. 3 says, item mimics and cage. 4 says, your hidden unlock free. And 5 says, in your will and.
So if we're going 1, 3, 5, 4, would that be an item in your possession mimics your hidden power and will? No.
Wait, can you? I like look at Johanna. I'm like, can you let yourself sing the whole thing?
1, 3, 5, 4. Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm singing do mi sol fa. That's what I keep
Let's
singing.
just gonna try and write this down. Hang
Feels
on.
weird.
Item in.
You
Ah!
hear from the top of the cage a weird like barrier field starts very very slowly
No.
going down.
Is it like a...
Johanna sort of looks up at this thing as it sort of goes along the side of her cage.
Yep.
Guys,
No, we see it.
do mi sofa. I'm not. I mean, I am still high, but if that's, I'm not hallucinating
An
crackling
item
energy.
in
What type of energy
possession.
is it?
Mimics your
Bad.
hidden
Power.
and
And will
will.
unlock the cage and free yourself.
There we go. Okay. So something we own.
But
Pull out the music box.
I'll take out my flute.
Yeah, try the flute. We'll try the music box. Do we have anything else that's musical?
Okay.
Real quick.
Take out the
Okay,
flute,
take
I
out
have
the
the
flute.
bagpipes.
I can sing.
or you play the melody itself,
Yeah,
perhaps.
yeah.
And nothing seems to happen as the
damn it.
crackling energy continues lowering
wish
towards
my
Johanna, who sort
ocarina wasn't in
of
the
gets
other room.
closer to the ground. It's not nearly at her
Yeah.
head yet. It's still probably a head above her, but
Okay.
it is slowly moving
What about the
down.
Titanic music box?
Sure, try it.
I'll open my music box.
I'm going
I also
to
have
pull
one. I
out-
don't know if they're different.
Da, 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 da,
I didn't do anything.
whatever
Yeah.
the song is.
Near
And
you're
and-
here.
wherever you are. No, and it does not seem to do anything as the thing lowers more. Johanna has to start ducking.
Wait, so
I'm
we said the phrase.
Lilia, this seems to be all
Sure, no
about
one's
you,
gonna
right?
be excited about
Yeah.
this
Me
and
so
pulls out
far.
the
Lilia, what do you
pipes.
have?
I guess I could try the bagpipes.
Bagpipes.
Fuck, fine.
Yes.
I'll do that. God, you're gonna make me roll at disadvantage if I get stuck in the fucking Feywild.
Oh my
because of
god.
this.
No, I'd say you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
You're a bard. You
This
can
is
probably
trauma.
play
You're
an
sobering
instrument.
up. Yeah.
All right, so
Oh, we get to go back
Here,
and
give me the rest of
Feywild
them
and
up in
rescue
here.
Lilia.
Four.
This
Okay,
is where
so
they get stale.
24.
24. You're good,
No Feywild for Lilia.
and nothing happens.
Damn it.
Great.
Just look through your inventory, girl.
All right. Let's see. I have.
Try your loot.
I could try my loot. I have my symbol of Yaren.
Read over the clue again.
An item in your possession mimics your power and will unlock...
There's another word there.
Wait, hang on. What did we say it was? Mimics your hidden power? What's your hidden power, Lilia?
I'm going to try and disintegrate this energy.
Jason, stop. It's all about Lilia.
You try and disintegrate, you and it just like shocks around the cage but does not get through whatever barrier is.
Lilia, you have some hidden power within yourself.
Well,
what item mimics that?
I like as a player, I literally have no idea.
Maybe your fairy fire wand, or
Why am I making you do this?
Well, no, I know that, but I don't know what I have that's gonna.
well, look through your inventory. You have a couple
keep looking.
wands. You have some other random shit.
Didn't you
guess-
get an item?
What's
in your
something you
vision?
have that unlocks hidden power?
Don't you have like a tuning fork or something that was given to you in a vision?
I do not.
Oh, never mind.
I have my Tome of Leadership and Influence. I have my Rod of Fiendish Flame. I have the Wand of Wonder, which is not currently attuned. I have my flute, my lute. The spells that I have, I got rid of the spell that I used against my parents because I didn't need it anymore, so I can't use that one.
I will tell you that you have said it. As the thing goes down and Johanna's like sitting on the ground.
I guess I'll.
This is getting pretty dire.
I guess I'll try using my Rod of Fiendish Flame.
You use the Rod of Fiendish Flame. Doesn't seem to do anything.
Fine.
Can Shard put her cube there to try and protect Johanna, or will it not work?
You can try. You put your cube
So
up
there's
there.
a setting that nothing can pass through it, like nothing. So
Yes.
can I set it to that and just kind of put it on one side of Johanna? Throw it to Johanna and tell her to hold it.
So as you throw it, it just bounces off the barrier.
it.
But since it can go through walls,
Yeah.
I will say you turn it on and do sort of hold it there. But it is pushing down. You have saved yourself a few rounds,
Okay.
holding that there.
I will try. I guess. I mean, none of my other instruments have worked. I don't know why my lute would work. Does it still seem like it's musically involved?
It seems hidden power involved.
What did you see in the dream?
I saw.
What did you see in the dream? There were hints there too. What was your
Problem is, I'm
young
a
self
visual person.
doing?
I don't do things by listening to them.
All right.
So
I will read it out
Okay.
again. What you saw. You saw beyond your parents fighting.
Yeah.
You saw a you,
right,
a little you,
in blue.
taller than you should be,
Okay.
blue skin, flames in your hands, surrounded by weird tentacled creatures. A power welling up inside her.
Can I change myself into that using the symbol of Yaren?
I mean, you can do that,
I don't think it's going to do anything.
and you look like that. Everybody's like, "What the fuck?" It does not seem to do anything. You're still holding the cube of force, but it's starting to sort of give way.
Tentacles everywhere?
And blue skin, and various other odd things.
I guess I'll grab the Wand of Wonder. It's not attuned, though.
I don't think that's it.
So you grab the wand of wonder?
Yeah, and I guess I could. Can I still use it, even though it's not attuned?
No.
Are you going
I'll
to try?
try. Yeah, sure. Why not?
As you do it, please roll on the table for the wand of wonder.
Good lord.
The reason I didn't think of that first is because it's not attuned.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's the book?
Yeah, that's what I was
wait,
thinking.
Shit, I have to roll a D100, don't I?
That is what I mean.
No,
yes.
I rolled a 2. All right, so that is a 14.
A 14. What does that mean?
Jesus fucking Christ. I am stunned until the start of my next turn, believing something awesome
Okay.
just happened.
Okay. So as you swing this thing like, and you're like, you just freeze up. And you, like a big smile grows on Lilia's face as she completely freezes up.
No.
And as she does this, there's some like shimmeriness coming from the Wand of Wonder, which heads directly over to the cage. The force that is bearing down on the cube of force, as you like lose the strength to hold it up anymore, just dissipates, and the cage itself goes.
Oh, it's lifting
and rises
Yay.
up. It is lifting. Johanna sort of stumbles or crawls out. Lilia, you okay? As you're like. It was frozen there with a smile on your face.
Except it's only for 6 seconds, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yep, 6 seconds later, you...
You know, that was really tricky because I definitely thought it was going to be musically involved given that everything else about this room.
Yeah, well...
Didn't think it was going to be this
You try making
thing.
up puzzles every week.
So I'm confused. What did the wand do?
I have no fucking clue.
Hidden power with it.
I have no goddamn clue.
All right. Well, did we get what we came here for?
It
Johanna
works.
sort of takes off this whistle. Is this yours or something?
Yes.
I have bad memories of it now.
So sorry about that. I put it back on, or I put it around my neck, and I'm like, I think this
Okay.
is what.
You feel sort of a pulsing energy from it.
I'll try to take care of whatever this is going to do once we get outside of this town, I think. I don't want to accidentally call an angel down here when I don't know what it's going to do. I have a feeling lots of people in this town have bad associations with angels at the moment.
I mean, maybe not in the middle of everyone, but we should
Yeah,
probably
no,
do it
I-
soon.
Yeah, no, I
we
mean,
know
sooner
that
rather
we're
than
going behind
later,
Yarn's
but...
back?
What?
Do we know that we're going behind Yarn's back?
Yeah, should that be something you keep hidden from that guy?
I don't know if hidden is necessarily the correct word for it. I don't think he'd, let's say, approve of what this is gonna do. But I also, given Yaren's powers, or at least his powers before he became his avatar, there's only so much hiding he can do. He's a god of chaos and fate. Like, if anyone's gonna find out about some shenanigans, it's probably gonna be him.
Sure.
But I don't want to, like, wave it in his
All right.
face. Alright, well, that was horrifying. Is the door open?
Can we leave?
It seems to be closed.
Can we open it?
You
Or
go
do
to
we
try and
the
open it.
whistle now?
It is
Alright.
locked.
Damn it.
Looks like whoever this is wants me to do this now. Alright. I will try the whistle.
Cool.
Does it do the melody?
And as you blow it, no sound comes from this whistle.
Dog whistle.
But as you blow it, everybody else, you suddenly sort of are looking around and you suddenly get tunnel vision. Everybody but Lilia, you suddenly get tunnel vision, and you feel yourself sort of get pulled back. Ooh. And Lilia, you look around yourself as the walls become this sort of shadowy blackness, but the blackness then shifts from black to blue to purple to white to yellow to it just shifts in between random various colors, and all your friends are like held up against the wall by this magic that's like all over them, and they like struggle and can't seem to move themselves.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is it?
As this happens,
Oh no!
Oh no.
the cage itself starts sort of shifting and disintegrating. Bits of it, starting from the top, shift into this magical essence, like what the walls are made of. Each of it swirling a little bit more and more, and swirling into this big form of black and blue and purple and yellow, just varying colors. And it holds out its hand. And in its hand appears a handle which it grabs, and then in outside of the handle comes this massive sword made of this shimmering weird weird energy.
You got it, Captain.
And please roll initiative.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You've got this, Lilia.
Oh,
Our
no!
fearless leader's got this.
Your fearless leader is stoned!
Oh my god!
Oh god, that's a, math is hard, that's a 14.
14. Okay. Do not read into Fire Elemental Myrmidon too much. It's just the base character that you are fighting. If you see it didn't pop up in Roll20 though,
What?
so who knows? Whatever.
What?
Oh, I thought it would pop up the initiative tracker, but it did not. Whatever. Oh, I have to click start. There we go. Now it did.
I'm still first.
You are first. What are you doing as this thing just comes down from the ceiling?
And this thing looks like it doesn't look like an angel, it looks like a creature.
It's made of sort of magical energies of various kinds.
Is there like potentially any way I would be able to like?
It's not a humanoid though, correct? Like I can't.
It is not a humanoid, it is an elemental.
Okay. I will first, I guess. I don't know if this is a giant mistake. I will try persuading it first.
Okay. What do you
I say, hi, I got this necklace from a friend who told me I could use it to contact angels. Are you the person I'm supposed to be talking to? Like, I don't want to fight.
Make a persuasion check.
Don't fail me now. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It's a 21. But that's like not a good
21.
one for me.
It got a natural 20 anyway. But what you hear instead is
I wished to unlock your hidden talents when I realized that would be more useful. If you wish to rise, that will come after.
Do we hear this?
So I have to fight you first.
no. Lilia
Okay.
just hears that.
Fighting against
We just
the
see
thing
the
on the wall.
spooky thing.
Great.
Yeah, you're all locked in place.
Fantastic.
So that's your action.
Yeah, great.
You can do bonus actions.
Oh, right. Is there anything I can do for a bonus action right now? I think the only other thing that I would want to do, I can't do as a bonus action. Nope, it's an action. Let me look at my other bonus actions. I don't really think there's anything else I can do besides, like, try to give Bardic Inspiration to... Johanna's pressed up against the wall too, right?
She is as well, yes.
Okay, I will try to give her a little bit of inspiration, I guess? It's like the only thing I can do.
All right. What do you say to her?
I don't know. Something along the lines, I have, like, the song, like, You Gotta Break Free stuck in my head. But I don't...
All right.
Oh my god.
So she hears that. She does have a D10 of inspiration. She's like, "That's great. Try not to die."
Yep, on it. And I will, kind of book it then for my movement. Just to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I will go there. Just giving myself some distance from...
It's go. And it gets within 10 feet of you. And it's going to cast Thunder Wave.
Can I try and counter it, or am I so restrained?
You are restrained to the point of not being really in this fight at the moment. We'll see what happens as time goes by. But for now, you are unable to do anything. Your magic, you try, and it just doesn't work. Plus, is that somatic?
I think so. It's a reaction, so let me check that.
Right, but
I think I
just
do
wondering.
have to say something. Yeah, it's somatic.
Somatic, so you can't move your hands anyway, even if you could. So it gets up to you, and you just see it appear, and then boosh, blows up right in front of your face,
And it's a
and bashes you back.
Constitution save,
Please
right?
make a Constitution save. Yeah.
Okay, I have a 17.
17.
Nice.
It's very good
right.
for me. I don't know if it's gonna make it, but that's a very good Constitution roll for me.
you just you one above it make it. So you do make it. So you do still get damaged,
Just not as
but not
much.
pushed back. Oh, that's a terrible roll too. So only 2 damage.
Wow.
Because it's just a first level Thunderwave at his what he's doing. So, and then as he does that, this weird sort of surge of energy appears. The wisps on the wall float around, and you see something sort of charges into this beast.
All right.
You don't know what happens. It wasn't super obvious to
I think he's trying to do something to you.
Yeah, probably.
You should let him do it.
All right, Lily, it's your.
He's using one of your spells, which makes me think he's like, I don't know. It's like a dark link kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm like just guessing from like what the angel said. It seems like I do have to fight this guy, right?
This is not to do with your bard stuff.
Excellent. Okay, so I will then use Destructive Wave.
Destructive Wave. All right. So you just blast out around him, like he blasts you a little, and you're like, and you blast this much larger thing.
Like, no!
What save is that again?
It's a Constitution
Is that con
save.
as well? That's a natural
Well,
20.
he makes it, but still takes damage. So that's 20 points of thunder damage. And then...
Oops, wrong.
Jesus. And then 18 points of necrotic damage.
So 38 halved, which is certainly a number. 19. All right, so blasts out around him. And please roll a D100 for me.
That's an 80.
80. As you cast this and it blasts out around you, these weird, like, butterflies and flower petals suddenly appear around you. And they just sort of hover around.
The fuck?
It's certainly interesting.
What? And I'm assuming I
Yep.
can't move anywhere, right? Because it's gonna get an attack of opportunity.
You can. He only has a reach of 5 feet, so you can move.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, right, because it was a spell,
So
right.
he cast Thunder.
Okay, so... I know that he can catch up, but 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Getting back over there, so I'm not pinned up against the fucking wall.
Okay. So you ran over there. It is its go. And you watch as he sort of heals up a bit, because that's what he rolled on that table. Runs towards you, and is going to make 2 attacks against you.
Okay.
With his big, weird sword.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. 3 attacks.
Oh, good.
First one was terrible, though, so that's 12. Second one's another natural 20. This dude.
Gotta get close to Kieran.
Third one is another 12.
Okay. I'm way
So
too
the
far
natural
away
20
from
hits
Kieran. All right.
Yes.
Fine.
It's not too much, though. 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. That is 10 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
As you get hit with this thing, it like, and you feel this like horrible pounding in your head.
Good.
Oh, and sorry, you get extra 7 points on top of that. I misread his ability.
And I am assuming that... Okay, so quick question, because I'm pretty sure I go next. With my short sword,
You do.
if I attack twice, that's my action and my bonus action to attack, correct? If I stab twice.
You don't have multi-attack?
Okay.
So the only way to attack twice would be to have an offhand, then it would be your bonus action.
Okay.
But if you're just a bard,
you know what?
just
I'm
attack
still...
once.
whatever. I'm going to attack with my short sword. Since they're close enough.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okay. All right, it's a natural 1.
A natural 1, whoosh, and you're just not prepared for
and
this.
then
as far
I'm
as
gonna
fighting
misty
goes.
step to the other side of the room.
Okay. You bamf over.
Gonna go
Where? Yeah, right under where the cage
right under
is
where the
floating.
cage is, and then I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get there.
Oh, by the way, may roll a d100 for me since you cast Misty Step.
That's an 8.
An
I
8.
get confused with reading these numbers.
As you do that, as you bamf away, you cast Fireball on yourself.
On myself?
And it centered on yourself right as soon as you cast away. So as you bamf, the fireball blows up right around where it was. As you appear
What?
farther on.
What's that about?
What the fuck?
There's some area effect thing nonsense going on with magic here.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It makes the save, but please roll for me 8d6. Oh my god. If you will.
It's a lot.
I think Nala and Johanna just think that you blew up.
Yeah. Huge explosion, and then you, a few seconds later, see her going, running
That's
away.
30 points of
north
damage.
side. 30, so halved is 15. All right.
Wow.
Christ.
Cool.
Busted.
Cool stuff.
Awesome.
So a lot happened.
It's its go.
Oh man.
40. Right, in this campaign, we center it on the south, so it is 15 feet. It's going to use Thunder Wave again.
Still trying to
Make a
counter.
Constitution save.
Can't do it.
Yeah, you're like, "Ah."
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, that was a 10.
Oh no.
10.
I'm rolling so
no. All right.
horribly.
You're high.
That's 11 points of thunder damage, and you get knocked 10 feet away and prone.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
So, did you move me 10 feet or should I move me?
I'll move you.
Thanks.
Boom,
You
boom,
knocked
and
prone?
you're prone.
Huh? She
Okay,
Oh, okay.
that's fine.
This thing's starting to piss me off.
And then, hold
Don't worry,
on.
the action's coming closer to you
Oh,
now.
why?
Oh no!
Oh no, oh no.
That's
And because of as that thunder wave goes out, some big bolts of lightning appear from the wall out of nowhere. And interestingly, this will work out in all y'all's favor based on how I made this thing work. But Kuren, Shar, and Lilia, you take 22 points of lightning damage.
What the
Ouch.
What level was
That's
that
in our
spell?
favor?
It is in your favor because as that happens with this weird magical effect, Shar and Kuren, you are freed from the wall. Please roll initiative.
Okay. What level
Okay.
spell was that?
It was not a spell, it was a weird
That's-
effect.
yeah.
I think this room is just bad. It's a bad room now.
Well,
Initiative is dope. Awesome. It's 23.
All right.
How about you, cowboy?
it's a
And
four.
Kieran?
There we
Good
go.
old 4 for you.
That cactus juices are coming into
I'm
play.
drunk.
All right, Kieran, it is your go as you fall off the wall there.
I'm gonna cast. Can I cast Banishment?
You can certainly
Alright, I'm
try.
gonna cast Banishment on the dude.
Okay, as you cast that, he rolls another natural 20. How many is
Jesus
this dude?
Christ!
This is ridiculous.
What are the odds?
But it just does that. Please roll a d100 for me, Kieran.
Ah.
This is all, I am so enthused by this, but I'm also absolutely terrified.
24.
24. Suddenly,
I'm so excited.
Kieran, your skin turns a vibrant shade of blue.
Does it?
Kieran's skin does?
Does it look good?
Yep.
Is it like a good?
I mean, I mean, it's really vibrant.
Blueberry.
Yes.
Oh, Violet! It's turning violet! Violet!
Oh my god.
Yes. Stop reading my mind, Jason.
Guys, I'm feeling a little blue today, so if you guys could be nice to me.
Whoa.
Anything else, Kieran?
No, I guess not.
You're just blue?
Okay,
Blue.
sure.
Jesus.
It's your go.
Oh god. Okay,
Not excited about it, but here I am.
Yikes. God, I
I
don't
wonder
know.
what happened to Chompy if you summoned him. You can see different type of skull.
It's a blue skull.
Okay, I'm going to run 40 feet to here.
Okay.
It's a really great art house movie that's just
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to shoot
all it
him
is
yet.
single shade of blue for 90 minutes.
I guess I'll. Okay, I'm gonna drop my cube in front of me and Nala, so at least we're protected. And I'm gonna set it to. What am I gonna set it to? Hang on. I'm gonna set it to 4, so spell effects can't pass through it.
All right. So you create a
15 feet.
line of, or a cube of 15.
So it goes over like me, just me and Nala.
Thank you!
Something like that.
There you go.
This invisible thing appears around you. Nala's still like, "Ugh."
And then,
All right,
sorry, no,
Yep.
that's all I can do right now.
All right, Lilia, it's your go.
All right, I get up and I go, that.
You are prone.
Yep, I get up and I go, that fucking hurt! And then I cast Synaptic Static centered on the beastie. It shouldn't hit anyone else.
Okay. You blast around him. What save is
It's
that again?
intelligence.
Not a terribly intelligent creature. That's a 6.
Ah! It does not make it!
Are we trying to kill this thing?
I don't know. So that's
don't
a
know
25 damage and it gets a minus d6 on everything.
25 damage. Please also roll a
Yep.
d100 for me.
Oh boy.
So that's a 94.
94. Lilia, as you cast this and it blows up this around this thing who wails and its like color changing becomes really rapid and vibrant. Suddenly you feel yourself grow like 2 feet or 3
Oh my
feet.
god.
Suddenly you're a large creature.
What?
How large? Oh my god!
Your pants get a little tighter.
You're now that
Like everything
vampire
grows
lady.
with you, but
God.
suddenly
I'm
you're
so
just
thirsty
you're
about.
that vampire
She's
lady from
huge.
Resident Evil Village now.
What is happening to me? What's my movement speed now?
It's the same.
Boom, boom.
I have extra large legs.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Yep. You're just big now.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. I guess I will use the rest of my movement after. I'm gonna go over here.
All right.
That's
you head
my
over
best
there.
guess with my giant icon.
I mean, it's still squares, so you count
Yeah.
from the corner you're moving with. Yeah. All right. It is the weird elemental thing's turn, who heals up a bit because of the thing that happened earlier, and then is going to come towards
That's
you
what I figured.
and make 3 attacks at you, but with a minus d6
Yes.
every
Thank
time.
God.
22 minus 5 is
17.
right. It's 50.
It does
17?
not hit.
Does not hit you. That's awful. It's way worse. Natural 20 again. So yeah, natural 20 again.
Oh. Am I close enough to Kieran this time?
No.
Damn.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Jesus. Oh, please don't pick me up.
11. 11 points of fire damage. This thing just burned like the sword randomly turns red and slices across you just for the second that it hits
I
you.
am hurting.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Well, you have a couple allies now, so.
Yep, but I'm not doing great.
All right, Kieran, it's your go.
Okay. What are his odds? I'm gonna try banishment again.
Okay. You try banishment.
This is the last time I'm trying though.
As the spell seems to take hold, he shimmers and disappears, and then the walls reform him.
Oh.
You can't get rid of him in this. Also, roll a d100 for him.
Oh my god.
What if I don't want to? I'm
You don't
already
have
blue.
to.
71.
71. All right. Suddenly, you feel just way defendable. Like your
Way
skin suddenly like
defendable.
hardens up. This weird shimmery thing goes around you. Your head has this shimmery protection. You just feel really protected. You have resistance to all damage for the next minute.
I love that for me.
Welcome to having Blood War.
Wish I had that.
Well, guess
That's
who's gonna go
nice.
touch him
This is-
then? It's
Yeah!
me. Can I also move because I haven't moved yet?
That's dope.
You can
Because I'm
move.
gonna move closer to him, so because I'm gonna touch this guy.
Yes.
What up, homie?
Okay.
We out here.
Shar, it's your
Okay.
go. You do notice that Lilia is not looking great. She's also big.
Yeah. But she is now in melee of this guy, right?
yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
So that means I'm gonna hide because he can't see me. Oh wait, no, that means I don't have to hide. Just kidding.
Yeah, you just get a normal roll then.
Oh, that's great. That's a 24.
24.
Does that hit?
Pshing! It does, but he is resistant to all physical
What?
damage.
Great.
Or immune,
Awesome.
immune to all.
All
physical-
right, so that was
All
useless.
physical damage.
I don't have anything that's not physical, unfortunately.
So, yeah,
I don't have a mental crisis damage arrow.
not good for me.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
get-
I mean, you do have magical
magic
arrows that
arrows.
might do damage.
That's not the same
but-
as physical?
an arrow is.
Well, some of
not,
it is physical, but not all of
it's-
it.
The enchantment makes it a different medium.
Oh.
Well, the arrow does physical damage. Whatever your normal bow
Yeah.
damage is, plus your dex bonus, wouldn't count. But any magical additional damage, the extra 2d6 would
Got
count.
it.
But-
Okay.
Is that your go? Are you staying there around Nala?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Lilia, it's your go.
Nothing big-
Great.
Big Lilia.
Big Lilia. I'm gonna use Thunderstep.
Okay. Spoosh, you
Oh, come
explode.
close to me, I can help you.
Actually,
Or-
well, except I still have to be able to get magic elements out
Right.
of the cube. So, but I will. I'm
Okay.
just.
What save is that?
It's Constitution.
12.
Does not make it.
Does not make it.
Roll the damage. Do you? Wow, that sucked. 14. Got
14.
two ones.
And move yourself, and also please please roll a d100 for me.
I'm just gonna move clear to the other corner.
So I can use any of these arrows then? Because you enchanted them, and then I
Fire.
just get the enchantment damage, right?
I've just
Oh my
not used
god.
fire.
That's exactly right.
So
Sure.
I'm a little afraid of what happens now
Just don't
because
use fire.
I just rolled a second 94.
Oh my god! Man.
You become even bigger.
no,
you appear,
Lilia.
and it's just this huge
Everyone
Lilia
bow down to our
on the other
giant
side.
queen.
And Johanna's like looking. Wow.
Is that it? If anyone's seen Steven Universe before, all I have going through my head is giant
Yes.
woman.
Oh my god!
All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman.
Yep. So you turn even gianter.
Big giant voice. She's like,
Anything
what
else,
the
Lily?
fuck? No, nothing else. At this time.
All right. It is the thing's turn. Seems dead set on going after Lilia
Fuck.
and cannot reach you with anything.
Good.
It is Kieran's go.
Run, Kieran.
He's moving
Try
out
your-
of my way. I can't touch him.
Try your gun. It's slightly magical.
Well, I wanted to cast a thing on him. I'm going to. Well, Lilia doesn't look great, right?
I
She
do
does not look great.
I'm
I mean, she
I'm gonna
looks
try
huge.
and touch her. It's not gonna do much.
Touch your shin.
Yeah. I can only give her like 10 max right now.
I will cast. I guess I'll cast heal on Lilia.
Heal.
Do
All
70
right.
points.
So as you
70? Wow.
hold your gun out, the shining radiant light and slight darkness of Weejas flies over to huge Lilia, and your wounds from these like strikes just heal up dramatically, and you feel much
I
better.
feel 100% better. Thank you, Kieran.
Awesome. That's great.
Welcome.
Okay.
I DD.
Praise Weejas.
Don't thank me.
All
thank
right.
God.
Nah.
Shar, it's your go.
There's nothing for me to hide behind, so I can't hide, right? I don't have that option.
That would be accurate. Yeah, it's just a dirt sort of room.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna try and hit it with a, I guess, necrotic arrow.
Okay.
Oh, great! That's a 29 to hit.
29
Okay.
hits. Please just roll
So
necrotic damage
it
for me.
says 2d6 extra.
2d6 necrotic, yeah, for those arrows.
7.
7 points of damage. So as the arrow sinks in, the arrow sort of blasts off of it and tinkers onto the ground, but the necrotic stays and just blasts him a bit.
I helped.
All right. It is Lilia's go.
Okay,
How do we get everyone else off the walls?
Lock.
They have to get attacked.
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
guess.
use Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Goes towards this thing. That is a dex
It's
save?
a Wisdom save.
Wisdom? Okay. That's terrible. It's a
Great.
6.
Does not make it. Let me roll. All right, so that's 18 points of psychic
Nice.
damage, and
And it has to run away from
yes.
Goes all the way over there. Kieran, if you have a melee weapon, you can do an attack of opportunity, but it won't
Does
do
my
anything.
gun count as a melee?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no.
didn't think so.
So it runs past you as it runs away. Also, Lilia, please roll a d100.
Oh my god.
I swear to God, if I get another 94, I'm gonna switch.
She fills up the whole thing.
What is it when it's all zeros? Is that just 0? Oh, that's
100.
100? Okay, then I got a...
You feel some power well up inside of you, but it doesn't actually affect you. So
Okay.
Cool.
it's a potential that you don't actually have
Neat.
yet. Wells up inside of you.
Excellent.
It is its go.
Let's go.
Goes there.
ah.
Back to where it was before, and it's just going to use Thunderwave around it.
Oh, Kieran.
Oh no.
So Kieran, please make a con save.
9.
You do not make it,
Never gonna touch this.
and you take a whole 4
I thought I
damage.
was, whatever,
What does that mean?
impervious to
What?
damage.
Immune.
Oh, you take 2
Yeah.
damage. You are resistant to all damage, so 2 damage, but you do get blasted back 10 feet and
You're
fall
never
prone.
gonna touch this thing.
I'm never gonna touch this thing.
And he needs to roll a
I have to get rid of an
d100.
arrow. Well, good thing I have extra necrotic arrows. Thanks, Sal.
And suddenly, all around this creature comes a weird sort of cloud of fog.
Uh-oh.
But we can see through fog.
We can see through a specific kind of fog.
You specific type of
okay.
fog.
This may not be that specific kind of fog, but we don't know yet.
So this fog appears,
Oh jeez.
and it is heavily obscured.
Whoa, that's not good.
Oh no.
So you
For me.
you cannot see it. It also can't see Jack.
Oof, okay.
So this is weird.
Oh my God.
This is very
Actually, it
weird.
should
love
be.
this.
Should
What,
be
Lola? Lola's being weird?
No, this fight.
No, all of this.
Because we're just
all of
watching this.
Yeah.
Wynn's like, wow, I'm so
From the
far
far
away.
side of the room, like, wow.
What's happening over? Oh, big fog.
Lily is taller, sure.
All right, Kieran, it's your go.
Out of all the things I want to do,
So
still,
I can't.
You can't see it, but you can walk through fog. It's fog.
Okay, I'm gonna just walk forward with like my hands out, and
Okay.
the spell inflict wounds like out for if I touch it.
Okay. Make an attack roll with disadvantage
Okay.
is what that does.
$18.
18 just hits.
Yay!
So inflict wounds.
600 damage.
46 damage.
Basically. 46.
Nice.
Pretty good.
You damaged the shit out of this thing, but it's still barely hanging on. And please roll a d100.
What's it gonna be?
It's like
95.
double damage.
95.
Does Kieran grow?
No, I think it's
No,
each
it's a
one something
94.
different.
They're either different or they're
measurements.
coupled.
Uh-oh.
All right, so Johanna falls off the wall.
Yay!
Okay.
Lilia, you gain resistance to piercing damage,
Not that I need it in this battle.
and so does it. And so, but it's already fear, and so does Kieran. But also, you are already resistant to everything.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Interesting.
Johanna is here now.
Johanna joins the party.
And where is she? I have so many characters in D&D Beyond. It's stupid. I've got like over 100.
That's pretty cool, though.
No, please don't flop onto my keyboard.
No flopping.
All right, Shards, here you
Okay,
go.
I can't see, though.
It is a big fog cloud in front
So
of
I
you.
can't even try to aim with disadvantage.
You can. It would just be
I'm gonna
disadvantage.
try and hit him with disadvantage. There's no... Okay, yeah, I'll just try and do that. So, 26. That's a 19.
19
Hell
does hit.
yeah! Okay.
Yay!
So just... And I'm gonna use another necrotic arrow, so it's just 2d6 again. Unfortunately. 7!
7 points of damage. Okay.
That works.
You hear it sort of explode in there. It is still not dead. It seems to be hanging on weirdly.
You bitch.
I'm almost there.
Take your
Lilia,
time,
it
Mama.
is your go.
Okay.
And you hear in your head,
This is your challenge, Lilia.
Got it.
No, we can't kill it.
Oh, sorry, Jam is yelling. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers again, this time at the 3rd level instead of the 4th.
okay. Goes through. Makes a save. It does save.
Oh.
This is 18 plus something.
Well, that was a relatively good roll. I rolled a 19.
19. How do you want to do
Yay!
Well, I can't see it.
it? Right, so what I'm going to say is the whispers
Kieran
go in,
sees
the
it.
fog cloud sort of dissipates around you. Nala, you fall off the wall. Win, you fall off the wall.
Yay!
And as this thing gets hit with this energy, it starts like moving back and forth like a field of grain in the wind, back and forth and shimmering and glitching almost as parts of it sort of switch around and move. And out of your bag, Lilia, as you start to shrink down again, the Wand of Wonder just sort of flies into the air. And it starts glowing dramatically, just shining brightly all over the room. The wall's weird magic and this creature's weird magic all sort of hit into it, and you hear that same louder and louder and louder. All of you suddenly can hear this. As the wand, you can see these sort of tiny fractures go down this wand. The beads themselves sort of all of them crack, and suddenly whoosh, this wand explodes in the center, releasing a bunch of these minuscule little bits that all swarm around Lilia. And Lilia, you feel like suddenly entrenched in this. You feel just like your heart beats faster. Your skin sort of begins to glow. Suddenly, 1 second it's blue. You grow for a second and shrink down. Weird squid beasts appear around you. Suddenly, a fog cloud appears around you and then dissipates, and you're just entrenched with this. And you feel this power inside of your stomach, just like pumping and filling your body like you're a can of gasoline being filled at the gas station, suddenly filling up and up and up and up and up. And as this, everybody else sees this like bits of this wand and this magic appear around Lilia and swarm her. This massive bright light appears around, and everybody is sort of blinded for a second as it dies down. And Lilia, you sort of fall. You're back to normal.
Oh my god.
Are all of us back to normal?
You are all back to normal.
I'm not blue.
Everyone good?
But
And you all are also level 14. Or 13, not 14. 13.
I was about
And
to
that
say.
was in
I was
order.
like, what?
Yeah, you skipped 2
Double
levels.
jump, that's
No.
dick.
You are now level 13 because Lilia wanted to be a wild magic sorcerer multi-class. And Kuren, you are also a warlock.
Yeah.
As your
Holy
powers
shit.
from fear
holy shit!
begin to possess you this evening.
What up, homies?
But so you feel that power inside of you, Lilia, as well. And Kieran, you feel something weird in the night. But yeah, so rolling for your HP, you choose whichever class you want to level up if you're multi-classing.
Got it.
And you roll whatever that class's
Copy
HP
it.
die
Okay,
is. You add your con mod and you... Or no, you don't add your con mod. You just add that to your rolled
And
HP.
your con is added in automatic.
Put that in. Yes, exactly.
3. So I just make the 64.
Ooh, can I re-roll a 1?
You can re-roll one.
Thank you.
I'm now
3.
105 health.
So for adding a class, I add the class's HP. That's a
Yes, so
little
it would be a
unfortunate.
whatever
Wait, so I
sorcerer.
just
Sorceress,
added
I think,
it
is
to the
a
rolled
6.
HP?
Yeah, so you...
I rolled a 3, so I just added
so-
it 3.
I can
So
add a
go
new
67.
spell.
No, I added the 3 already.
Oh, okay.
And if it doesn't let
Warlock
you,
is
Kieran...
also a D8.
Oh, wait, no, you can.
Oh, no,
I forgot.
I raised my charisma. I'm not a failure
Gotta
anymore.
pick a fighting style. Oh my god. Okay.
But so as this all happens, you can deal with spells and everything later.
I'm assuming my patron is...
I actually wanted to level you up after the big boss fight in the Feywild, but because of multi-class stuff, I had to make it work. So
Everyone's multi-class.
the door, you hear the door, clink, and it opens slightly behind you. And Johanna's like, when I asked for like sort of a peaceful night laying in under the stars, this was not exactly what I had in mind. But
it was.
Damn, are all of you extremely exciting to be around?
But it took your mind off of the end of the world just for a
That
little
is
bit.
true.
You know, I'll give you that one. I am now very tired, even though I was mostly attached to a wall for most of that. Let's go get you those beds, shall we?
Sounds good.
The world may be ending more tomorrow. Or we might be fighting back. Or who knows? We'll figure that out. And you head back up the stairs, and as you exit, the doors to the castle close again. And Johanna, goes back and opens the door just to see. And, it's back to normal, in case anyone's wondering.
Everyone's
see?
back to normal?
And opens the door, and you see... Yeah, and you see the castle itself has now a real foyer and everything.
Weird. But there's still no one here.
There's still, it's still an empty sort of castle. Right, barracks. Sounds like they're still partying, but I'm going to bed.
Yep. Good idea.
And as you
Sounds
walk
good.
back across the city, the sounds of the festivities meet your ears as you get closer. And you are let inside the barracks area, and you are given one of the nicer sort of buildings that they made to bed down for the evening. And that will be our session for today.
Ah!
Holy
I have a clarifying question.
Uh-huh.
So, as a cleric, I can change what spells I have prepared every day. That's not
Yes.
with my warlock stuff. I just have to pick ones.
No, you
And
just
then those
pick
are
one.
that's it.
Yep.
And you always cast them at max warlock level. Good thing to know as well, you can use cleric spell slots to cast your warlock known spells.
Okay.
So even though you'd only be casting with your like warlock pact spell slot at like level 1, you can still cast that spell at higher level if it lets you using a cleric one.
Okay.
That's cool. Figure this out.
And that's the same with you, Lilia. You can use sorcerer, you can use bard spell slots to cast sorcerer spells.
Can I also know, like,
Basically, you'll just have all the cantrips in the world, by the way. Because you get all of the
well,
sorcerer
and then
cantrips.
also with wild magic and magic surge, I'm gonna have to figure out stuff with like sorcerer points and stuff. But I can use those that like all spell slots are spell slots, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
So I'll be able to get back spell slots and do sorcerer math.
I believe
I have
so.
a lot to figure
I
out
will
here.
clarify, though, because that's a little interesting as far as sorcerer points. Let's see.
And I'm taking teleport, so that's gonna be my new spell. And I'm getting rid of. I'm trading out another spell to take another 7th level as well for this level up. Taking Firestorm.
Thank you for your butt.
Okay, so I just looked up the answer to your question, Lilia, and cool, good to know, Nala. You can use it to make spell slots used by other classes. Warlock is the only exception, so you don't have to worry about that.
Cool. Awesome.
So, we will pick this up next time.
Go!
Congratulations, level 13 people who can actually get around the world now. Now that this is a worldwide threat, that will be very useful.
I
Holy
figured
shit.
we need that.
Absolutely.
But thank you for listening, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Yay!
Bye.